I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts feeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough Cause time. I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts feeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough Cause time. I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ladies and Gent Night. All right. Okay. So, for those who don't know yet, okay, um, we're here to say goodbye to Mama Rain. Mama Rain was one of our regulars, and she was part of Ladies Night, and she's known for her shorts. Um, they they were informative. She was about community, black women, black children, and she won't she wanted the people that was doing damage to the community She wanted to put a face on a spotlight on it. Um, because she felt the more we know, the better we could protect. And by keeping stuff hidden or not talking about it, or we were we were we were just keeping the cycle going. So imagine my surprise Monday. I admit I hadn't heard from her for a while, but she did say um she was gonna take a break from YouTube
Yeah, exactly.
for her health. So when I saw a notification from Mama Rain, I was like, okay, Mama Rain, because she hadn't been responding to messages, But I figured when she said she's taking a break from social media, she's taking a complete break. She might have been receiving our notification because she's part of our
Well,
Discord.
Sam, if you remember,
Mm-hmm.
she was about to become a member of the Ebony Star Network,
Mm-hmm.
and she said she was taking a hiatus. And
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, you know, I don't even want to say it.
Yeah.
You know,
So in the community, I saw this message that I posted on the screen. Hello, I'm writing this post to let people know that my mother, Mama Rain, passed away last year. It may due to complications with her heart surgery. She's been getting messages from a lot of you all from the past year, and it's been really hard to deal with. But as a child, I feel like she would want her YouTube friends to know.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
heartbreaking message, especially to us, understanding how we are geared and set up here at the Ebony Star Network. This is a Black woman's channel. It is a Black people's network. Just because it's a Black woman's channel doesn't mean that men cannot come here.
Mm-hmm.
And she was about to join the Ebony Star family for ladies' night. And
Yes.
this tragedy, took her life. And we're heartbroken. This was a friend of ours. We used to use the stuff from her shows, as content. We actually used a couple of her shows as
Yeah.
content for the entire show, right?
Oh yeah. Uh huh.
And, yeah, we had her up on the panel with us, and
Mm-hmm.
it's heartbreaking to hear this. Um, we didn't even know either, because she's also a member of our Discord. We had no idea what happened to her. We was waiting for her to come back.
Mm-hmm.
So we got that message.
And we was respecting her need to take care of herself, to heal,
Hmm.
whenever she was ready. But we was keeping her informed through this call. We let her know when our shows, because she said there's a chance she might come and be in the background, and if she feeling up to it, she might come up on the panel. So you know, but but we did notice that she wasn't responding to direct messaging. Didn't respond or didn't see her. But there are times when people just shut down completely because YouTube can be toxic, and it becomes too much. And then she was tackling a lot of tough subjects: pedophilia, uh, killing the women and children, uh, uh, um, manosphere, red pills. Anytime they did something or said something that was derogatory, um, just about everything. So yeah, that can be kind of much. So sometimes you need to detox from that. Sometimes you need to heal from that. Sometimes you need to self care. She had um, health issues, but she didn't elaborate too much on it. Um, just just figured it was part of taking care of herself. You know, so I'm glad. I'm glad her daughter let us know. So as I said in the message to because um it Discord, as long as I'm sending message out, it was gonna send to her, and it was her and her daughter to see all these messages and all these outpouring, to her mom, and people asking, how you doing, where you been, are you okay, you know, when you get a chance, can we talk, you know, all that, you know. I understand when my mom passed away. I was still dealing with people who didn't know she had passed away for years, not just a year, but years, Um, and every now and then, I run into somebody that didn't know until I had to inform them. So yeah, it is hard, when you gotta, tell people all over again, you know. But she knew she, that that we was also part of her family also. Mhm.
Yeah, and it's a shame that she's gone.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna miss her. I know the manosphere hated her. And the sissy bims didn't like her either. So it's
Yeah. Yeah. Because every time they were telling their own twisted version of what's going on, she was
yeah,
coming
and you know
back at
what?
them.
She's the one that caught a lot of them out there on that underage thing. Remember,
Oh
she was
yeah,
catching them
yeah,
pedophiles. Yeah, catching them out there on that underage thing. Man, she was catching a lot of them. A bunch of pedophiles over there.
yeah, and how they telling on each other
Yeah,
and all
man.
that age of
I
consent
don't
stuff.
understand why the black man is so hell bent on nothing but sex. Yeah, I mean, he don't want nothing else in life but sex. That's it. And to drive fancy cars and brag about. You don't want to own nothing. You don't want to build nothing. But you know what? You keep talking about we built this country. Well, what are you doing in this country now? You ain't doing anything. We're running around talking about my ancestors built this country. Yeah, that may be true, but what are you doing? You didn't build shit, and you aren't building anything. All right, you know what? See, okay. Sorry about the sidetrack. Then let's get back to the tribute. Okay, hello,
Uh-huh.
you there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, y'all.
Um,
We're gonna give we're gonna honor Mama Rain's memory by giving her an Ebony Star moment of silence, as we do all our fallen sisters, and then we're going to move on to tonight's show. We don't have a whole lot of time tonight. I have to do something, and Dame also Blee has to do something too. But anyway,
mhm,
Dame, let's give a mark right now. Okay, on my mark, we're
mhm.
going to give a moment of silence. Okay, so everybody bow your heads. And Dame, ready, set, go. All right. Um, Rest in peace, Mama Rain. You will be missed. And condolences from the Ebony Star Network goes out to the family. Dan, you want to say something?
No, um, just that it's saying we're gonna miss you. Um,
Yeah. So
yeah.
shout out to Mama Rain up there by the right hand of the Lord, and our condolences again to her family. We will miss her, and we do the show tonight with a heavy heart because we are heartbroken. This was a friend of ours. Okay, so we didn't even know she passed away. So all right, let's move on to the show. To the show. We got what we got. It's an open mic, y'all. Of course, you can bring any topic you want, but the main topic is Simps versus Mama's Boys. That should be fun,
Right.
right, Dan?
Right.
Now, first of all, what we're gonna start with, Dave, the simp.
Uh huh.
Put it up on the screen.
Okay.
Do you got the definition of the Mama's Boys too? You got all that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So pay attention to the screen. We're gonna talk about simps and what a simp really is, because a lot of y'all don't know what simps are. Okay.
Okay.
You anti women, killing everybody simps. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Put it up on the screen.
All right.
You got it?
Yeah. Uh huh.
All right, put it on the screen.
Okay. Hold on. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, definition, Dan.
Okay. All right. Definition. Simp is an internet slang describing someone who shows excessive sympathy and attention towards another person.
Okay, stop. Excessive what? Simp what?
Excessive sympathy.
Towards another person?
Yes.
And that's a simp?
Uh-huh.
That's
Well,
one of the definitions?
that's one of the
I understand
definitions.
that. Okay. Okay, first of all, if somebody is showing another person sympathy, what business is that of yours? I don't care how much that person is showing. It could be excessive. It could be, I don't care. That's that person's business. Why is that person being called out of his or her name? Because they like somebody and they are, showing them an overly amount of sympathy. That's their prerogative. What does that got to do with me? Dang, what does that got to do with you?
Nothing.
What's that about? I mean, is simp just made up for name calling? Because it doesn't seem like a sensible word, a word that really makes sense. Like a person who shows sympathy to a person that they love or care about, they can show as much sympathy as they want. What business is that of anybody's?
Exactly.
Damn. You want to say something before we move on to the next definition?
Okay. Well, original definition of it was for somebody that's
No,
simple
no,
minded.
let's not get through all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's deal with the definition right here. Okay, we're not going to get into all of what we're going to deal with what's here right now.
Mm-hmm.
I still can't believe that.
Yeah.
You calling somebody. What if the person is showing their mama sympathy,
Hmm.
or their daughter sympathy, or their son sympathy, or their grandmama, or perhaps one of you who are in trouble?
Hmm.
Okay, it seems to be. See, when your ass is in trouble, you can't get enough sympathy. Never mind excessive. So I still don't understand what business is that of anyone. Wow, wow. Good, Dan.
Okay. All right. Well, here's the rest of it. Um, it's describing someone who shows excessive sympathy and attention towards another person, typically someone who does not reciprocate the same feelings in pursuit of affection or a sexual relationship.
Again, so what? And wouldn't that be these gimpy uh uh actually the ones who are calling people sips are the real sips.
Yeah, ain't that the ironic part?
I mean, didn't Mr. Fantastic from the Manosphere drive like 80,000 miles to go see a girl on the internet that promised him sex? And
Yeah,
when he got there, she never showed up.
right?
Would you say that's excessive?
Yes, very
Dude
excessive.
drove 100,000 miles. Only stopped to get gas. I don't even know how he stayed awake.
His private parts for keeping him awake.
Drove 100,000 miles to meet a girl that he don't know on the internet because she promised him sex.
Not even certain if she was even a girl. Nowadays,
Exactly.
you don't know.
I mean, what would you call that a simp?
Oh yes, I definitely call that a sin.
Yeah, that would be a major simp. Wouldn't that be a big simp? I'm talking about I. Then you want to take over the eyes and give it back to me? Hey, can I have it back? Can I have it back?
Oh, ooh, good. There you go. It's all yours.
Yeah, and an I and G. That's how big a sip that is. Who the hell drives 1,000 miles? Okay, and that's what he drove without the exaggerations. 1,000 miles to meet somebody they don't know for sex and risk life. And I mean, he could have got messed up, man. He could have. It could have been. She could have had him, murked.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane. But check this out. They call me a simp, Dan, but I've never done that.
No.
I never drove no 1,000 miles to see some woman I didn't even know was even a woman for the promises of sex. I never did that. I
Okay.
mean, and then wait a minute. And then you got the sissy bims with their sex dolls, with the blow up dolls. So do you think that's a bit excessive?
Uh huh.
I mean, someone who thinks a blow up doll is better than a human girl, wouldn't you call that a simp too?
Yep.
But yeah, because isn't blowing, loving a blow up doll excessive
Yeah.
and a bit strange too? So that would be a
Mm-hmm.
simp, wouldn't it? Yeah, yeah. So I mean, the guys who are calling people simps are actually the simps themselves. I don't have a problem with women, so I don't have it. I don't have an issue getting women. I don't have an issue communicating with women. Okay, I don't have a problem with women liking me or loving me. I don't have any of those issues. I don't have to be overly or excessive anything. Do I, Dane?
No.
No. So then you guys call me a simp. I don't get it. I'm not a simp. You guys are the simps. Y'all the ones with all of the problems, all of the weird issues, driving thousands of miles to see a girl, having sex with blow up dolls. Didn't one guy kill his blow up doll? No, he put a hole in her and squeezed the air out of her until she died or some shit. If you want to know, if you want to know how a blow up doll dies, she gets all skinny and crinkly. That's pretty much dead for a blow up doll.
Uh-huh.
That dude put a hole in her and bled her dry of air. That's what you call it? Blow up doll murder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he put
Yeah.
a band-aid on her and blew her back up, but she was never the same. She had all of these wrinkly lines in her, even blown up. She was dead. So he had sex with a dead blow-up doll. Dang.
Uh-huh.
The
Yeah.
blow-up doll was the blow-up doll was a corpse with wrinkly lines in it that she got from him killing her.
Because he can't afford a new one.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't that be a sin?
Uh-huh.
Dang.
Yep. Yep. That would be a
Are you
simp.
are you paying attention to what we're doing?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so that would be a simp, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's the other definition?
Oh, okay. All right. Back to and yes, Dimitri's simps are not just me. Okay. Um, a weak or submissive person.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. What did Dimitri say?
He said that simps aren't only men. Like there was this one gal who drove across the
Yeah,
country to
but
see her boyfriend.
I don't even care. Like, what do you care how somebody used their emotions with another person? What business is that of yours, Dimitri? And who made you God to judge other people? Just because you're
Mhm.
having issues with women, it's immature to start name calling other people. Some people don't want to be lonely, even to the point of desperation. See, you guys got a lot to learn. That's why I say I don't want to call you stupid because you are a college guy, but you're really a baby, man. Mentally, you have no idea what's out in this world. You don't understand people. You don't understand the world. You got this narrow-minded, uniform uh, view of the world. You think everything is philosophical, ideological. I'm sorry, philosophical. You think everything can be explained away. You think you're intelligent because you read books which are filled with other people's thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you guys kill me, man. Who made you to judge somebody because they're trying to make some happiness in their life? They're chasing people that they want. So what if the person is not doing it back or whatever? If something is a foul, that person will get caught by the law. But that ain't no. As long as it ain't my family member, okay, that they're going after, that's being a little bit excessive, that may be scaring somebody. Until the woman is scared or whatever, you know, that's hey. As far as I was told, simps aren't really dangerous. Because simps love the woman, so they don't want to hurt the woman. And some women love simps. I've heard women say they like simps, right, Dan? Because simps are
Right.
nice. Simps buy them things. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with buying a woman gifts, but there is something wrong with treat, treating a woman poorly. Women love gifts. Buy them a gift. I mean, are you that? Oh yeah, right. We have somebody up here shamelessly arguing about a Happy Meal, right? About not buying the kid a Happy Meal.
Right.
Damn, where are you?
I'm right here.
What are you doing?
All right. I'm right here. Yeah, that was no. They wouldn't say that was a simp incident because the guy didn't buy a Happy Meal. He refused to buy a Happy Meal.
Are you eating? What are you up to over there?
I'm
Hello.
not up to anything. Oh, I forgot to tell you, Demetrius is up here.
Demetrius, what's going on?
Okay. Yeah. It's not even about like it being my business because I mean, technically, same concept. A person calling themselves ugly every day ain't my business, but it's not good. I know that it's not good for their self esteem to do that. So I'd tell them to stop doing that. It's just about
I don't
being
even
a
know what that
decent
means. What you
person.
just said. What does that mean?
Being a decent person?
So you saying the person that's being a simp is a decent person?
No, he's not. Not to himself, at least.
Who are you to judge that person?
I'm just another person who was
That's a
probably in the
judgment.
same shoes at one point.
That is a judgment.
Okay, and what's wrong with judging?
But
We
no, no,
judge
no, no.
people on
You
this
don't have
platform every
you
day.
don't have a right. You don't have a right to judge another person.
Okay, and okay, what's the problem with judging? We do it every
There's,
day.
there's a there's a big problem because you don't know what that person is going through.
And how is that my problem?
Well, it shouldn't be your problem because you shouldn't be judging them,
Okay, because so I mean, a lot of people are going through stuff. That's none of my
right?
business.
And a lot of things and a lot of people who go through stuff, it change who they are. Sometimes some people can't help being the way they are depending on their upbringing and what they got trapped into. That's why we don't judge people. Even serial killers, they're trying to figure out why they're like that. And anyway, what's wrong with somebody showing another person some love?
It's a problem because they're not getting it back. And
So if they,
that's not a
that is
relationship
their
model that we want to
that's their
preach to other
business, not
people.
your that is their business, not yours.
Okay, it is. I mean, a
No, it
lot of stuff
isn't.
ain't my business, but we still involve ourselves in other
That
people's
is their
business
business.
just cause.
Okay, okay, okay. Let me put this as easy as I can, right? You should mind your own business. That's none
Hello?
of your business.
Hello? Oh no.
Hello, you can't
Hang
hear
on.
each other. Okay, he's gonna be right back. Okay, I think what the issue is that
Now
former
hold on,
Simps.
hold on, hold on,
Mhm,
hold on, Dan. No, he
mhm.
needs to mind his own business.
Okay.
That is none of his business. That is none of anybody's business except for the person who's doing it. I don't
Uh-huh.
care who is what person is showing somebody love and bond. That ain't got nothing to do. I don't care.
You said you
That's
don't
none of
care
my
until
business.
it's one of yours.
What?
You said earlier you don't care until it's one of your family.
Only if it's harmful.
Simping is
Only if it's
harmful
harmful.
to the person,
You don't
though.
have any evidence of that.
No, it is.
What
It
is your evidence of
negatively
that?
impacts their self-esteem.
Where is your evidence of that?
The thousands of video essays that people do about it every
Oh,
day.
okay. Basically, you don't have any evidence then.
No, because people don't research stuff like that.
You don't even know if that stuff true.
It is true
No, it
because I've
isn't.
looked it up before.
And what conclusion have you come to?
That it's bad.
And
From
you've
what's
witnessed
out
this by
there, from
yourself.
what's out
You've
there,
witnessed
yes,
it.
it's bad.
And you've witnessed that.
Yes.
And so you haven't seen situations where it was good?
No.
Because some women love Simps. I can
They
bring a
they love
woman
them
on
because they
here
give them
if I
things.
can catch her.
Black Knight.
If she's on right now, I can bring a woman on here, and there's more like her who will tell you straight in your face she loves Simps
And why does she love Simps?
because they respectful towards her, they buy her things, they care about her, and they love her. You
Okay.
see, your problem, you and the anthill mob over there who call yourself men, you don't understand women. Women
What?
work off of love. What you mean? What?
Me and who?
Did I stutter?
Me and
Did you hear me
who?
stutter?
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear the second thing you said.
You and the anthill mob over there who call
Who's
yourself
Ant
men,
Hill?
anthill mob,
What's the Ant Hill mob?
a bunch of ants on a hill that call themselves a mob.
I don't know. Is that kind of like the peanut
As
gallery or
in,
something?
The
as
insect
in,
ant.
as in a bunch of nobodies wearing trench coats and fedoras, trying to look tough.
What are you talking about? I don't even own a fedora or a trench coat for that matter.
Seriously, this dude is dry as they come.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
okay, okay,
Okay.
forget about it. Anyway, you guys don't understand. If you're calling the people simps and what was the other word that was using, skags or scrags or whatever, you guys don't understand
Yeah,
women. Yeah,
I've never heard that before. That must be a new
women.
term.
Oh, you never heard it before, but you think it's funny, don't you?
No, I just think a skag. What even is that?
A scrag.
Scrag?
I thought it
Yeah.
was. I thought it was
What
with
is
a T. Distract.
Ah, man,
But
that's the
all these
one.
new terms? I can't even keep up with them.
Yeah, man, that's that dude over there in the manosphere. They would use a scrag. Remember the one that wrote that dumbass book, The Ratchet Rouge?
No, I do not.
For all of the,
I do
I
not
ain't talk.
know many
I'm not
people at
talking to
all.
you. I'm not talking to you.
yeah, yeah. I know you. I know you're talking
Yeah,
about.
man, I forgot his name. Remember that dumbass book for all of the
Yeah,
misspellings and the bad grammar, the
I
fucking Ratchet
remember.
Rouge. Yeah, man, they was calling them scrags. Call them women
Stratch.
scrags.
No, stretch. Strax.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I'm sorry, strags. Yeah, strags. Yeah, STRAGS. Yes, strags or double G, whatever. G or double G. One. I don't care. But anyway, yeah, they call them strags. Gay dudes writing books, insulting women. Yeah, fools read that, but how you read something like that? But anyway, um, Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's what they was calling women and stuff like that. But there are women who love simps. So and they'll tell you in their face they love the simps. They wouldn't like you very much. Is, is he still up here?
Yes, he is.
I can't see the chat.
Yeah, yeah.
Is this
He's
Mr.
still.
Demetrius? Okay, I think maybe
He's muted.
being
It must be
he's
doing
muted.
something in the background.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, and so what's the other definition? Let's get to the while he's on
Okay.
mute. Let's get to the rest of the definition.
All right. All right. Okay. So, other definition. Let's see. I did the weak and submissive. Oh, a weak or submissive person, a wimp.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, every dog has his day. A broken clock is right twice a day.
Hmm.
Okay, so even the wimps could score every now and then at being a simp because some women like simps
Hmm.
because simps shower them with gifts. And women love gifts because women are about love. When you treat women with
Hello?
love, they respond. Yeah.
Are you back?
Okay, now y'all can hear me. Cool.
Hmm.
Okay. And the next definition.
And so we got to look at rights here, right?
Hmm.
People have a right to be who they are or what they want to be. This is a free country. If a person wants to be a wimp, I wouldn't want to be a wimp, but if they want to be a wimp, that's their right. Okay?
Hmm.
Person wants to be a loser, hey, that's their right. All right. I wouldn't want to do it, but that's their right. And I really don't give a damn about what people are doing. That's none of my business. If somebody is showering a woman with gifts, whether she's reciprocating it back or whatever, that's none of my business.
Okay. But the reason why they would they were, and I believe this strongly, they were dogging out the simps is that
Yeah,
they
but
are.
again, if you want to talk about simps, uh, Demetrius,
Hello?
where is? Yeah, do you know Mr. Fantastic from the Manosphere?
I mean, I've heard of his name before, but
The
I
dude,
don't
when he
know
drove
him.
1,000 miles
Yeah, that's pretty simple.
sex,
Yeah, yeah.
and you're calling people simps? You got to be kidding me,
Look, but he's exactly my
huh?
point. The reason why they ragging on simps, or so-called calling people simps, is because they are former simps.
Right.
They did crazy, outrageous, unbelievable things um for women to get the woman, um
Mm-hmm.
and it didn't work out for them. And eventually, they
And
stopped.
they
And so
become
every
scorned.
time,
Yep.
they saw someone that was doing what they were doing, they try to go out of the way to stop them, and they figured the only way to
Right.
stop them is to humiliate them.
And instead of doing stupid stuff like that, because you're a simp yourself, you need to find brothers like me who can teach you not to get caught out there like that, and how to get a woman, and how to gain a woman's respect. Okay, you would be running around here, getting played like that, or playing yourself like that. You know what I'm saying? I do have my chick culture where I teach brothers how to really get women, because women don't fall for all this BS. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I can teach you how to not get caught out there like that. I've never been caught out there like that. Not
Hmm.
even close.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and and according to you guys, if a black man loves a black woman, he's showing love to a woman. He's a simp too.
Yeah. They went to the opposite extreme. They went from
Right.
doing everything, anything for the woman, to now they refuse to do anything. So they can't tell the difference between what a simp go to the extreme of doing and what
And you
you're
know what the
supposed to
problem is,
naturally be doing
Dane?
with your woman. Uh
A
huh.
lot of these guys, it's just sad because a lot of these guys, when they were younger, they didn't
Uh
have a older brother or somebody to teach them how to deal with women.
huh.
Okay, and so they grew up without developing that, and they don't know how to approach women.
Uh huh.
So they think that the best way to get women is to shower her with gifts and make her smile and think that they're gonna get something. That's not the way. That's the wrong way.
Uh huh.
You know what I'm saying? Now some women will be forgiving, but most of them won't.
Well, I think
And
what
that's
it
all
is
that.
when they went to the
Mhm.
extreme, they attracted the wrong woman, and so
Right,
now
and
they
that's
lump
all.
us all like that.
Right, and that's all that is. They just wasn't taught. Some of them just didn't have a big brother or uncle or their father or somebody that's in their life to teach them how to deal with women. See, I was blessed. I had my father and my grandfather,
Hmm.
and I had five sisters and a
Hmm.
mother.
Hmm.
So I was socialized by the time I was 3 years old.
Hmm.
So
And
and
then you
huh
watch the mistakes your older brothers made, learn from that too.
uh
Uh-huh.
right. And so and my father kept my mother happy. I never seen my mother and father argue. If they did, they didn't do it in front of us. It was 10 of us. But anyway, um, that's all that is, man. It's a shame because these brothers just don't develop that. Now, there's a way to teach them even when they're grown, but they got to be willing to listen. Okay, if you think you know everything, then you can't be taught nothing. But if you're willing to humble yourself and listen to somebody who know what they're talking about, then you can learn something. Then you won't get caught out there like that. Then you won't be mad at the world and sexually frustrated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't even get the simp term to tell you the truth. As far as I'm concerned, it's nobody's business what somebody is doing or how they showing love to somebody else. That's on that person.
Right.
Anybody want to say something on that before we move on to the mama's boys? It's a
Okay.
quick moving. Sorry, y'all. It's a quick moving show tonight. Like I said, me and Dane have a heavy heart. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get off and mourn our friend. We're really hurt by her death. That was a good friend of ours, and she was going to join the Every Star family before she passed away. So we're not going to have particularly a long show tonight. We're just going to get through the topics, and we're going to be out because we are in mourning right now. Our hearts are really heavy. So let's move on to the mama's boy thing, Dane.
Okay. All
And if
right.
y'all want, we can repeat this show again next week and have a more thorough conversation about it. It's just that tonight we just got heavy hearts.
Mhm.
But if y'all want to redo this next week, we can do that too. Go ahead, Dan.
All right. All right. Mama's boy. A boy or a man who is excessively influenced by or attached to his mother.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Um, that's it. Okay.
That's it.
Okay. I got okay. Here, what does it mean to be called a mama's boy? All right. Mother's boy, also commonly and informally mommy's boy or mama's boy, is a derogatory term for a man seems as having an unhealthy dependency on his mother at an age at which he is expected to be self-reliant.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, you see, the operative term there is, unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a little different. I agree with that. If they do have a very unhealthy relationship when he's supposed to be independent, you could still be a mama's boy and still be independent. Okay, and
Yeah.
not have that unhealthy relationship. Okay, you can still love your mom, and you know what I'm saying, that she's number one and all that. You can still do all that and still be a strong man and do your own thing. But like I said, it's when you depend on her for everything when you should be doing for yourself. Yeah, I agree. That's a little unhealthy. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's strange. You shouldn't be doing that. Okay, shouldn't be doing that. So I kind of agree with that. Okay,
Okay.
but I'm a mama's boy. I'm a proud mama's boy. Okay, but I don't have the unhealthy relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I do for myself. I could do for myself, but but I love you. But I love my mama. So
Yeah.
am I influenced by my mother on some things, not everything. You know, not
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Okay. There is a thing. Is mama's boy a compliment? It says it's a sign of how close their relationship is. And after all, they
right.
do say that you can tell what kind of partner or husband a man will be by how he treats his mother.
Exactly.
So,
That's what I'm saying. I am
hmm
a proud mama's boy.
hmm
I treat my mama with respect. I love my mama. And it does. It rubs off on the women that are in my life. They see how well I treat my mother, how much I respect my mother, and it translates over to them. And then you know me, I'm a proud mama's boy. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And,
And if anybody want to call me soft or whatever, just step to me. You'll find that out to be a little bit difficult. Ain't nothing
and
soft about me.
yeah, you're not alone. Over 1 in 3 or 35% of men say that being called a mama's boy is a compliment.
That's right.
What is not to love about being close to your mama or to your mother?
That's right.
Hmm
That's right. Absolutely. Now, what you got to say about that, Jamil? What y'all got to say about that? Is he up here?
Yeah,
Why you
Dimitri.
so? Wait a minute. Any other time you be running your mouth, dude? Why you so quiet?
I'm focusing.
Okay. Now you just heard me say I'm a proud mama's boy. You just heard that many men, at least 35% of them, right, think that being called a mama's boy is a compliment.
Okay.
Okay. So what do you got to
None of
say
what
about
you
all?
said was problematic.
Excuse me.
None of what you said was problematic.
Okay.
So what? I don't know what you want me to say.
Aren't you the evil dude that's up here talking about we all simps and stuff?
No, I'm not. That was
Yes, you
never
are.
my point.
Yes, you are. You're the arch enemy, aren't you?
What?
You're the arch enemy. Don't you wear a cape with a big old uh, vampire collar and shit?
No. Who is that?
He needs to
I'm
work
talking
on
about
his
you.
evil laugh.
Yeah,
Or maybe it's
you
more
got
like
to get.
No, 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 no. That was never me.
Yeah, yeah. You need to be a little bit more menacing when you talk.
That's
maybe
not my goal up here. My
maybe
Yes,
goal
it's
is
you
more
to
are.
like
spread
You're the
information.
arch
rule.
enemy.
Maybe it's more like rule. We need to see if he got some minions running around.
I know, right? You're the arch enemy, bro.
Of who?
Of us.
Why? Why
I
you
don't
think
know.
like that?
You tell us why.
I don't do nothing. I just give my opinion.
All right, yeah, but that's cool. We cool with it. But nah. But I'm a proud
I
mama's
can tell
boy.
you what the ladies in my life
Uh,
has said about it, Black Knight, if you want to hear that.
what's that?
I said I can tell you what the ladies in my life have said about
You
it.
know you
You want to hear
lied,
that?
right? Wait,
Huh?
wait, wait a minute. You know you lied, right?
Where?
On the last show, you said you didn't watch my content.
I mean, I watch y'all lives,
You know that's a no, 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 no. You know that's a
but
lie, right?
what's your content? Do you have a channel?
Yeah, dude, you on the goddamn channel.
Oh, I thought you said this was Dame's channel.
Are you crazy or something, man? Well, yeah, yeah. It's a woman's channel. So
Yeah.
yeah, so Dame pretty much is the main. I am more
Okay.
of a protector here. Okay,
Yeah.
but Dame is definitely the representative because it's a woman's channel. Okay.
No, yeah. Max created the environment to be protected of women. Gotta understand, back when we were there in earlier days for us, there's some that have been even here earlier than us. Um, that women were being attacked in these channels. They go
Mhm.
up on a panel to give their
Mm-mm.
opinion
I
and
don't
everything.
agree with that.
They
And
were.
America's
so
way too free. Mm-mm.
Mhm.
he created this channel to
Wait a minute,
be as
stop.
lucrative.
Are you talking to
Huh?
us, Demetrius, or somebody else?
No. I was talking to y'all. I don't agree with that.
Nah,
America's way
nah,
too
but
free. Mm-mm.
yeah, but women were being attacked in the channel. They're being called out their name. They're being called bees and hoes and
Why?
all kinds of
Why
shit.
you gotta do
So
all that? You don't have to do that to nobody. Just
yeah,
disagree.
because but these dudes was tripping back then, man. The manosphere was running
Y'all make
wild
it
back
sound
then.
like the Wild Wild West.
It was bad, bro. The women couldn't go to nobody's chat room without getting called. I mean, it was bad. It was
Mm.
Even
bad,
so-
bro.
They
even
scaring the
some of the
ladies off, huh?
reasonable, yeah, or they get set up. They go to one that seems reasonable until you make the person mad, and then all that stuff start coming out, and realize, oh, uh,
Come
you
on
can
up,
be
Raji.
mad with me. You can be mad with me. Why I gotta be all these names? And they just want to attack,
Uh,
attack, attack.
And
By
so we
the
built it
time they
every
become a, hmm
right. And so
Did
me and
y'all kick
Dan
them
got
off?
together.
okay. So when Max
Nah,
created
well,
when the Black Knight
well,
created the channel for them, yeah, he started kicking out guys left and right.
Yeah,
yeah.
good. Cause
And
Mhm.
remember, and
we
remember
don't
the
need none
guys I
of that.
used to run with. Remember the guys I used to run with them. They all when we built
Yeah.
the channel, right? Okay, because originally Trinity helped me build this channel, right? And so
hmm
when we launched the channel, the dudes that I was running with, they flipped on me. Remember?
Yeah.
I had to kick them all out. I mean, it was bad, dude. They just flipped and started calling the women in the chat bees and whatnot. Dude
Yeah.
hated what's some girl name that was doing ladies night? I forgot her name right now. I can't remember her name.
You talking about Vonda?
Yeah, no, the verbal assassin.
A verbal assassin. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, verbal.
yeah. She originally created Ladies Night with me. That's when Ladies Night was jumping. Remember? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We had like 8, 9, 10 women on the panel. It was big, dog. There was a lot of people in there, and even Cynthia G was coming over there. But and they was coming into the chat room, and they thought that they could turn it into another BGS Coliseum, and they just started attacking the women in the chat. I was like, "What the fuck are y'all doing?" You know what I'm saying? These are supposed to have been the dudes that I was rolling with, because I
I
used to
mean, if
be in
the
the
ladies bother
manosphere.
you that much, just leave.
Yeah, because I used to roll. I used to be in the manosphere before I realized what it really was, and then I left because they lied talking about they was a brotherhood, trying to teach young boys and all that. Hey man, get out of here! You guys are gay and all kinds of stuff was going on in there. So I left. I mean, they hated their mamas. And I was arguing with a dude that hated his mother. He was calling
hmm
his own mama bees. I'm defending his mother against him.
Him. That was the most craziest thing. Wait a minute. How did the Black Knight end up caring more about your mother than you, who she
Yeah, I
I
mean,
birthed?
it
mean,
was
some people got
crazy, man.
mama issues, like their mama abandoned them,
Yeah, it
stuff
was
like
bad.
that.
And so we made the channel, and everything was cool, right, Dame? Until I
Mhm.
made the rules, dog. When I made the rules and announced the rules, all hell broke loose. Did it, Dame?
Yeah,
All hell
Actually,
I
broke
made it.
loose.
that's good, Black Knight. Tell me the rules, because I don't even really know all of them.
Rules is you can stay here as long as you don't disrespect any other black women. You can't say the B word in here for nothing. We don't want the B word used in here. We don't want any derogatory term towards black women used in here. This is a sanctuary for black women. This is their
Yeah.
channel. So
Over.
understand when you come in here, they carry the power.
Yeah, and couldn't use any form of it neither. They you couldn't use the dog emoji, wolf emoji.
Nah,
You
nah,
could.
throw you
Mhm,
out.
yeah,
Because
and
we had
we
to
had that.
make Yeah, because we had to make a clean, salubrious environment to attract the women, and we did. And the men who got wrenches were honored of the men that the women chose to have wrenches. So, and not all of them was what you would think was the simp. You understand what I'm saying? We didn't have no simps in here that had wrenches. They still got wrenches. They just ain't been here in a while. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So once we get live again, they'll show back up.
hmm
But yeah, once we did that, um, all hell broke loose. They're like, "What you talking about?" I mean, the chat room
Oh
went
yeah.
bananas, didn't it, Dan?
Oh yeah.
It went
Couldn't believe it
bananas, dog. Hey,
because one of the reasons of why it came about, as was said, the first lady that built this channel with Max, the verbal assassin,
Trinity,
she was
Trinity.
running
No, no,
late
no, no,
one.
no, no.
mm,
Trinity,
Trinity,
Trinity helped me
and
build the channel.
Trinity helped you build the channel.
The
Verbal
Verbal
assassin
Assassin was
helped
the
with
one
the
that helped me build. Verbal
ladies
Assassin
night.
was the one that helped me build Ladies Night. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, she was running late. So me and a few ladies, we just carry on. Sometimes we had our own individual topics, and we was talking to this one guy on the back. You would never know it at the time. We didn't even know at the time. He was calm, cool. He seemed to be nothing could provoke him into. He seemed to be chill. And then a verbal assassin came on. She was talking to him. She asked him some questions. He didn't like the type of questions she was asking, and he got mad. She got mad back, and he called the B word. It's like, no, 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 no. You got to go. It said, wait a minute. She started it. She provoked me. And
Oh
Max
yeah, I
said,
remember
I
that. Yeah,
don't
I remember
care
that.
if she provoked
Yeah.
you. I told you.
Right. I'm telling
And
you
he
that,
was a
you know what I'm
shocker.
saying?
Yeah.
Oh man, it was crazy, dog. I was
Mhm.
throwing people out, snatching riches left and right, man. Guys I thought was cool with me, they just flipped on me, man, in the second.
Oh, yeah.
Blessed out the whole room, right? It cussed all of the women out in there, man. I was like, oh man, you gotta be kidding
Yeah.
me, man.
Yeah. 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 He was taking advantage of the fact that Max had trusted him. The women had trusted him. He was like, yeah, he can have a wrench. And we couldn't kick him out. We had to pull Max because usually what happened is once us ladies come up, Max pulled back and and um and he stayed in the background, or sometimes he's doing other things because I think he was doing a lot of computer repair work
Yeah.
at the time. And then we was calling you back. It's like, no, you gotta get back in here. We can't kick him out. Yeah, there were several times we had to call Max out from wherever
That's when
he was. hmm
we was on what's the other platform other than StreamYards?
Maximum Overdrive.
No, 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 not that one. I'm talking about
Oh,
the application we was using.
oh, Zoom.
Zoom. That's when we was on Zoom. We had like a lot of people in there. Yeah, and that's the one where you can give people controls and
Yeah.
shit and lock the controls. Can't nobody use them. Yeah, that's. We might be
hmm
going back to Zoom after Christmas. Once I build a new machine. But that was crazy, man.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I mean, we had some live ass shows too.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies'
Yeah.
night was jumping back there.
And yeah, and then
Uh,
there was a couple of ladies' night. We forgot the guys were there. Because sometimes we let guys come up and on the panel and talk. But we got into some, I forgot what it was. We got that happened several times. We got into some topic, and the ladies we were just chit chatting away, and the
oh
guys were
yeah, yeah,
fascinated.
yeah.
They were
That
fascinated
was the
that
one.
we
Yeah,
weren't jumping on each other. They were used
yeah. That was.
to.
Remember when what was it the general came out there with that bullshit
Oh yeah,
about what women bring to the table,
oh yeah, yeah,
and me and him got into it.
yeah.
I told him, I said, look, man, I asked you not to do that. I told him when he came up there, I said, look, man, don't bring that shit up here. All that, about what women bring to the table. I said, don't bring that up here. He said, cool. But what he did was he manipulated the women into talking about it, remember? And that pissed me off, yo. And then me and him got into it. He said he didn't say it. Like, look, man, I asked you not to do that.
No, he tried to
Well,
say
she
what
was,
they asked. They wanted to know what was the question. Because you knew
no,
before
I
he even
asked you
said
not to
what the
even read.
question.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we got
Yeah,
into a big throwdown. Yeah.
yeah. After that, we learned that when Max said, um, "Tell somebody don't bring that there," we don't go back and ask what was the question, because that was
Yeah.
one time it was our mistake. We wanted to know
Yeah,
what the
because
question was about. Mhm.
right, because Verbal wanted to get into it and all that. And what did I tell y'all, right? Didn't
Mhm.
I tell y'all it was going to be effed up? And what happened?
All heck broke loose.
All hell
We had
broke
to
loose.
kick out. We had to
Yeah,
break
yeah,
out. We had to
yeah.
kick out some more men because they
Yep. Didn't I tell
aggravated.
you? Didn't I tell you it was going to cause y'all to fight each other and all that? They were going to
Well,
break down? That's exactly what happened.
well, well, we didn't really fight with each other. We just
Nah, but
started.
y'all started going. Yeah, but y'all started going in towards each other because he was antagonizing y'all.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
He did create an
I
antagonism
told y'all that was
between
going. That's why I
a couple
didn't
of.
want him to come up there with that BS. You know, and me and him are mortal enemies too, man. We always fight. We hate each other. I hate him. He hate me. We are always fighting.
Yeah, but before that, I don't remember it happening
I
too much,
mean, I
except
mean,
for things to
how did
disagree
your
on.
wife, how did your wife divorce you because she feels more like a man than you? That's fucked up.
I'm trying to remember if he was the one or was it another one that
Yeah, that was it.
was
Like, man, you
accusing a
such a punk.
2-year-old manipulating grown men.
I mean, dude, let me like, dude, you so soft, such a punk. You got your wife feeling like she a man. That's bad. And so she don't, and she is messing with her psyche. So she had to get you so she could feel like a woman again. Bad. And he is a punk, you know. You know what I'm saying? Over there
Yeah,
cackling
but
with
we
those
didn't.
women. Yeah.
But we didn't know
Uh,
until he got drunk. He got drunk on somebody's channel and he was boo-hooing and stuff like that. And that's when a lot of us found all that other stuff. It's like, what is wrong with you, man? Why are you crying like that?
I mean, your woman can't even be feminine. You got to feeling masculine and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, so yeah. So it is a woman's channel, but this is Mac. This is Mac's channel. You
they shut
know,
our channel. Our channel was so live and so crazy. YouTube shut it down for a minute, right?
yeah,
Y'all got banned?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
not banned, but yeah, but we got suspended for a little bit. I mean, we had some crazy shit going. We had the
Almost a
Cookie
year.
Monster. Yeah, yeah, man. We had the Cookie Monster on there. I mean, it was wild, dog. We was on some other shit. This right here is our backup channel, and we just
Hmm.
stayed on this one.
Yeah.
that we still got that channel. It still got 600 members.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We had picked up 600 members in no time, and then we got shut down. You know what I'm saying? But we was just live, and it was crazy. And there was a fight every night, right? Then we were fighting every night, dog. That's when we was doing the show.
Yeah.
Damn, the 7 days a week, right? We was on the show
Yeah.
7 days
Yeah.
a week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was a fight every goddamn night. There was a fight on the show every night. Somebody was on the panel fighting.
Hmm.
That's why we drew so much attention because it turned into a damn arena.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Because
saying? Yeah.
as
Uh,
more women found out about the safe space for Max, we kept getting
yeah.
we were getting more and more women.
And then the feminists started showing up.
Yeah,
Like
we had
Jason and all of them.
feminists,
Yeah.
the divestors, the
I don't want
Is
to
that
toot
why
my
y'all did
horn.
that divester show? Because I was there
What
for
is-
that one.
I
no,
don't
we
want to
was
toot
kick-
my
we
hey, Dan. I don't want to toot
uh,
my horn, fellas, but damn, don't I got feminists who love me too?
yeah,
Even the
yeah, we
feminists love
did.
me too.
Well, we didn't know what was about. There seemed to be like two different ideas. Actually, there's two different divestors group. There's a group that's
Mm.
divesting from
Well,
black
wait a minute.
men, and then
Wait a
there's a
minute.
group that's divesting from.
First of all, that was okay. She surprised us. Remember when she
Mhm.
said she only been with white men?
Oh
Why is
yeah.
that surprising?
Yeah, and we was like, okay, why are you even over here then?
We
Yeah,
didn't
that's what
know
I'm
she was
Ain't
saying.
no white men.
divesting. Hmm.
Yeah,
Ain't no white men. What you mean? Why is that surprised? This is a pro
yeah.
black channel, bro.
I mean, yeah, but like you should be able to identify that based off rhetoric alone.
Again, we don't judge people.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but she told us that at first I didn't even know what she was. At first I thought she was talking about a black dude. She said, her husband is a white man, and she's only been with white men. She's never been with a black man. I said,
Wait, wait,
oh,
wait, wait. Is that
uh,
Dame? Is that the same lady who came up here talking about her trauma with her grandparents?
Uh,
Because
mm,
I don't know.
it was one lady, Ann Mella, who came up here, and like we listened to the lady talk about her trauma, like her past family trauma,
I
and why
think
she's
that
with a
was
white
her,
man or
Dan.
something.
I think that
mm,
was her. I do
Oh,
remember her saying something about.
no, no, that lady. I remember talking about her father and how he wasn't part of her life. So her mother
So what?
married when her
So
mother
it was.
married again. It was a white man, and she was raised
So
by
wait a
that
minute.
man.
It was two of them.
yeah. Because I think me and Dame are talking about two different people. Because you have to understand, I ain't been here on like y'all platform as long as y'all been there. But yeah, like I think one of the days that you dropped out, there was another divester lady who came in here talking about white men and everything and her trauma with her grandparents, like almost dang near offing each other. And
See.
she just doesn't. Go ahead.
One of the reasons why we let these women come, right? Because they black women, right?
Uh-huh.
And we let them see a good environment. Men who aren't crazy. Like I said, there's more men on this channel. Okay, they just ain't here to Hassan and all of them. They'll be back. And so we had a nice environment of men here. So when they come here, they see the men and they get comfortable, and they become safe. And then they start talking. They start letting their hair out. And they start talking once they realize it's a safe space, and they end up liking it here. And sometimes they change
Okay.
because they realize that there are some decent black men. You get it, Dane? What you say?
I think that's the one with Mela and Kosher was going at
Nah,
her
not
because we
yeah,
was
yeah.
talking about black men, and we said, "How can you talk about black men if you never dated one?"
Oh yeah. I forgot they jumped on her about that. Yeah, but she was talking shit about black men, and she never been with a black man. That was some wild shit. You know, yeah, that was some funny shit. You know what I'm saying? I said, "No, well, we're not gonna talk about white men on this channel. I'm sorry. Okay, we don't do that here. This is pro black.
Oh,
I,
dang! You should have been there then.
what?
No, because the lady she was talking about how she wanted her daughters to date white boys and all that.
Hey, you
I,
let her do that?
I mean, I didn't have a problem with it. I was like, okay, just talk.
Mhm.
Well, we know
You
you ain't
said you
got no
wanted.
problem with it because you ain't pro black. Dave,
Mhm.
you let her do that?
Yeah, I think that was incident where I ended up letting her do that.
Yeah, we were on after the live too. Hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, because we had a discussion about it afterwards.
It was after the live. It was after the live. What y'all was still up on the panel.
Yeah, she was talking about like just her experience and
So it
like
did. Get,
yeah,
Hmm.
so it did get caught on the live though.
yeah, it did.
It it did
It did or it didn't.
It did. And
it
then
did.
Well,
and then Dame ended it after a while, and then we continued to talk in the
yeah,
back
we
chat.
might have to edit that one day. Look, you know what show it
Uh,
is?
yeah, I believe so. I think I
All
already
right.
edited. I think yeah, I
Okay, we'll
believe I
deal.
already edited.
I will
Mhm.
deal with that later. But nah, we
Uh-huh.
don't talk about white folks here. It's not that we're
Yeah.
racist. We're just pro black.
You're right. You're just only concerned with black people. That's
Mhm.
different.
Exactly.
Mhm.
But it
Well,
doesn't mean that we wouldn't help somebody that's non-black. I mean, we're
Right.
not
That's a
demons. We're
testament
not,
to your own character. Yeah.
say
Yeah.
we're not monsters or something. We just prefer our own people.
mhm.
Okay. I'm on
Oh,
record saying that if I couldn't have a black woman, I would just be lonely.
oh, and I think she came in with when we also had like a what's his
Oh
name?
dang, Dame. We probably should have stopped that lady from talking about her grandparents' experience though. Cause like I know like Black Knight, you have this thing against violence against black women, like people talking about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna repeat what the lady said, but it was graphic. Yeah, it was graphic.
Now, if they are dumping, that's okay.
Trauma
That's okay.
dumping or just like
Yeah. Yeah. Trauma dumping.
oh
If
okay,
they're
okay.
trying
The
to,
lady was
Sometimes
trauma
they been
dumping. Okay.
mhm.
right,
She
right,
was
right, right.
trauma
But
dumping. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, that's okay. Let them get it out. Okay. Because they feel that they're safe enough to do that. And and we let them do it. We let women come here and get stuff out, you know, and
Yeah.
they end up feeling better,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Because we had feminists here for a while and
Yeah, we have
and
feminists
not
here.
here for a while.
Yeah,
Oh.
Chase is my favorite though. She cool, man. Like she a feminist, but she cool as hell though. We did
Mhm.
have a couple of feminists who was crazy, right? We had to get them off the channel. They was straight up crazy, man. They were talking about. I mean, they was buggy, right? Talking about kill black men. I mean,
Oh
we had
yeah,
to get
yeah.
them
It
out
was
of here.
like,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah.
they were, yeah.
Remember the one was
The
talking about
one
they were
that was in
buying
the
bullets.
chat. Hmm.
Nah. Remember the one that was talking about these white men are buying bullets. They're gonna start killing these black men. Remember her?
Uh, I think so. Yeah.
Remember the one that said she was going to the gun shows and she was watching the white dudes buy all these bullets.
Mm-mm, no, I
They was
don't
Jesus.
remember
buying
that.
thousands. Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah. She was
happened?
tripping. Yeah, she was tripping, man. We sit up here listening to her for a while. They're like, and they're gonna start killing these black men. You could tell she's been beaten. You can hear it in her voice that she's been beaten. Pretty bad. And this is what happens when you abuse them. You mess them up.
And don't
And
forget the one we had
sometimes,
to kick out because she was attacking the guys with the
yeah.
roaches.
Oh yeah. She just came up and just started
Hassan.
jumping on. She came up here and just started jumping on the dudes and whatnot. We was like, hold on, you just can't come up here and do that. Yes, we're pro Black Woman's channel and all that, but you just can't come up here and jump on people for no reason.
Mhm.
You know, we're not a man hating channel either.
What do you mean no reason? The reason she had a reason. She
Nah,
heard
she,
black men speak, and that's her
what?
reason.
Nah, well, she can't do that here.
Mhm.
But this ain't no black man hating channel either. You know what I'm saying? We don't hate black men here. We don't particularly like some of the punks who out here BSing, but nah, we don't hate black men here. We encourage relationships between black and women, black men and black women here. Okay, you know what I'm saying? We want some decent black men to pop up and have good discussions with the women, and show the women that there are decent black men out here that they can communicate with. That's what we promote. But we're not going to have somebody come up here and just jump on the brothers in here because she's got an issue. We can't do that. We ain't that kind of party.
Right.
She thought she was jumping on dudes on the panel. She started yelling at Lucy. Remember?
Oh yeah,
Remember
yeah.
when Lucy
Because
was up here? Yeah, she started yelling at her.
Lucy,
Yeah,
Yeah, no, y'all can't. You can't have those people are wild cards. They're too
yeah,
dangerous to have around.
yeah.
mm-hmm.
Because
Screw around and expose somebody who
Lucy
don't
like,
need to be
why
exposed.
are you
All that.
attacking that man like that?
Yeah. We had to get
That
her. We
man
had to
ain't
throw
do
her
you
off the
nothing.
panel. Did we
And
kick her
take
out
her
the room too?
yeah, once we took her wrench away, yeah. Except the guys didn't want to. Actually, let me see. It was the son and
Nah, I think
oh
the women kicked her out. Didn't what's the name kick her out?
oh yeah, 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 yeah.
You know, Mika.
We kicked her out because the guy
Yeah,
wouldn't. You know,
yeah.
what's his name?
I think Mika kicked out. Yeah,
Mika kicked her out. Let me see.
she
Lucy
was
kicked her
tripping,
out.
man.
We kicked her out to the degree that she was timed out so many times that it would have been hours. Because what happens is at the time you time a person out, and then several other people timed you out at about the same time, it just adds on. So it'd be like 5 minutes, consecutive 5 minutes, depending on how many people. She couldn't get back for an hour. Then when she came back and she was still
Yeah, she
uh
was still
creating a problem, she got banned.
like,
Hmm.
yeah, like she didn't get the message. Like, damn, she didn't get it.
Yeah.
Like you can't come up here with that. We don't do that here. We ain't that kind of channel.
Also,
Just
yeah.
because we pro black women don't mean we hate black men. You can't just come up here and jump on the black men like that. We're not gonna allow that either.
Hmm.
Okay. Now you want to come up here and talk about some beat down bum who a deadbeat dad, whatever. We all is. Okay, but you're not just gonna come up here and just jump on black men for no reason. Especially
Hmm.
good black men. The black men we had in here or still have it here are decent black men who got jobs and do the right by their family. So
Yeah.
you just ain't gonna come in here barking at them. Nah. She was tripping too, man. Like,
Oh yeah.
wow.
I
Yeah.
mean, she went after her son. She went after Bro Speak. She went
Yeah.
after
Yeah,
Well, I
she went
mean,
after
with
broke
those
speak
people,
hard as
Black
hell.
Knight, with those people,
Uh-huh.
Black Knight, you just got to get them out of there. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, and she took her group of buddies with her too.
oh,
Yeah.
she
It
had
was
a
a couple
crew.
of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a couple of them.
yeah.
It was a couple
But
of them.
she was worse. The rest of them, the other two kind of calmed down until she came back in,
But there's
and
one
then
feminist I really like, man. Her name is Chase, man. She keep coming here. She is so cool, bro. You wouldn't even know she was a feminist. You wouldn't even know she was a feminist. She'll come in here and just be chilling. You think that she's just a regular, but she's a feminist. She's just not wild, like the other ones. She's not the what do you call it, name?
she's not anti-man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's really cool, man. And well, y'all, I got to do something, so I'm gonna get on out of here. I'm gonna say peace, power, unity. Dame, I'll see you when you get off. I'll holler at you when you get back to the
Okay.
headquarters. All right, y'all.
Okay.
Peace, power, unity. I gotta go.
All
Peace.
right.
Dang, y'all got some history too, y'all.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go further back to see that. In fact, I'm gonna have to go back in and reset up the playlist. I think some of the older ones I kind of put private because they were starting to mess with our old shows. You figure old shows be grandfathered in, or they were they were hitting them up for
Copyright,
uh, yeah, copy strike. I mean
copyright
strikes.
claim.
Yeah, yeah. Copyright claim is not too much of a problem. Yeah, if you're using music, and of course those people should get the money for the music you're using. But we was getting stuff that was said, and it was coming back. It's like, wait a minute, it got approved. We checked it to make sure it get approved. It got approved. We expect not to get certain revenues or wouldn't qualify for certain things because maybe somebody cursed or or something like that. Or some of them I checked, there wasn't even any cursing, and but the topic might have been a little bit, or before they start being tied up on certain terms and stuff like that, or a term that was okay before it's not okay now. Um, and it's
Oh,
like,
I see.
but these shows
YouTube
are
AI.
so old. You forget that was what was going on.
So y'all like I was gonna say this before you stopped talking. Like, so y'all know all this stuff about like feminism. Do you know what womanism is?
Yes. We used to have a womanist, well, quite a few womanists over here. Um, they're respectful. We respect them. They respect us. Um, you know, they've been on the panels a few times.
Womanism, the way womanists behave and feminists behave is vastly different. I'll tell you
Yeah, yeah.
that. Like I mean, like I've done a couple papers on womanism versus black feminism, and let me tell
Well,
you, the
well.
difference.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference. Like womanism, like is primarily concerned about black women first
Yeah,
and foremost.
that was the original term. The women of my mom generation, they didn't consider them feminists. They considered feminist white women
Right, because it is. That's
because
what it
their
is.
issues weren't the same. And you want to insult my mother and make her go off? Try calling her a feminist. That's why I kept fussing at Manosphere, Red Pillars, and stuff like that. When they kept saying the feminists, the black feminists, I said no. A lot of black women were not did not consider them feminists. But the only thing they agree with the feminists about is like
Equal
equal
pay.
pay for equal
Hmm.
work, a lot of sexual harassment and stuff like that. That's about it. Everything else,
Black
there's
women were
none in
sidelined
common.
for a lot of it. That's why womanism became a thing.
Yeah, yeah. Although my mom didn't use the term womanist, but I have heard it. Uh, and And even then, they would clarify, no, 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 not for every woman. Black women first. All these other women could wait. I need mine first.
I mean, hey,
Because,
that ain't bad because that's what white women did to y'all.
yeah, uh huh.
Uh,
So yeah,
that's what white women
so
do to every
so
woman, man.
so
Sure.
any feminists coming towards my mom, because I've seen it happen at a job. My mom worked at a Walmart, um, and I've come there and she give them the side. I can tell it's like I'm just tolerating you, so you shut up. I'm not hearing anything you say. Yeah, so yeah, I was like, I don't know what the heck you talking about. Black women weren't feminists like that. And it'd be like, what about Angela Davis? Nah, that was Angela Davis. That was not all black women.
You said that was the Angela Davis.
Yeah, don't put Angela on us.
But I'll say this. I'll say this because after writing a paper, I'm a whole lot more knowledgeable and like researching on it,
Mhm.
whether it be in the school database systems or just articles covering it, or even their own website, reading the mission statement and everything. Let me tell you something. I agree with womanism a whole lot more than feminism, because womanism seems like, you know what feminists be saying and everything, like how they say that their movement is supposed to be. It
Mhm.
seems that womanism is actually what feminism pretends to be,
Uh-huh.
like mainly concerned about women getting them access to certain things and protection and laws for certain things. I mean, that's all stuff I can get down with.
Mhm.
Because if we didn't have that, then it would probably be very grim, especially out here, where I go to college and everything. Because this area is real racy. It's real racy. Like I'll never forget back in 2019, we was voting, right?
Uh-huh.
And I just got out of class and everything, and I was like, all right, let me just go drop my book bag, and I'll come back to the student hub area so I can vote, right? I get back there, the voting booths are gone, and I said, what happened? And they said the state officials came in saying, hey, y'all, you can't be set up here. You can't be set up here. Y'all have to go elsewhere. So I was like, whatever. I'ma still get my vote, right?
Uh-huh.
And so I ask around campus where can I go vote. They point me in the direction. Then I go to the city hall area, and they're like, no, 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 no. You have to go over here to vote. And then I go back, and then they tell me, no, 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 no. You have to go over there. And so I went over there, and I was like, no, I know, I know what's happening right now isn't really happening because you know what it sounds like, right? It's
Yeah.
voter suppression.
Mhm.
Um, and I was like, all right, let me just go to the court, like the courthouse, and ask them where I can I vote. And they're like, oh, it's just right here. And I go over there, and it lo and behold, it's right there.
Mhm.
So yeah, this area is real racy. It's whites and Latin people. I mean, my campus is like the is majority black. But even then, when it comes time for voting season or
Mhm.
stuff to like get involved in like city hall stuff, yeah, they try to push us out.
Yeah. Yeah. They've been redoing the, well, not recently, but they've been redoing the voting lines, um, moving the the precincts and stuff like that, which seem to be making more white people mad than black people. We're not too happy about it, but we ain't raging about it like that. For most of us, um, our areas hadn't changed too much, but for a lot of the white people, it's like, I was born here for umpteen years, and now also I gotta go over here.
I
Stuff
mean,
like
that's
the
how it is
same
for black
street.
people though, because you used to be able to go in my area. You used to be able to go up to the elementary school and vote, and then all of a sudden, when I become a senior, right, they move it miles away. And I'm like, oh, I mean, they told me this would happen.
Yeah, but shoots, seems to me more and more my people early voting, um, mail-in ballots. Um, yeah, especially a lot of the early voting. Get that out of the way. But we seem to be more awakening about the local elections. Usually, local elections or just amendments don't get a lot of turnout. Like it was, like like the most recent thing, we had the district judges, and we had the primary, the party primary, and and uh, and you figure, and and quite a few came out, uh, because I know from experience, and sometimes they don't be thinking about the party primary. So the main part they were coming out for was the for the district, because a lot of some of them I know they didn't care for neither party, even though we had quite a few choices on either party. They didn't like either one. They just came and vote for the judges and left. Even told us that, said, none of them look good. You know, I'm just vote for my district judge, and left. Ah,
I mean, I understand that.
uh, yeah.
Especially if not everybody else is doing stuff in your best interest. Like as Black people, we gotta vote in our best interest, and that's something we can't give on.
Yeah, I understand entirely. I don't like neither one. I don't like. That's it. It's time for a third party.
I mean, there's the technically the Libertarian Party, but they're not even. And then there's the Green Party, but they don't
Oh yeah,
even get enough traction,
it's all in parties.
huh?
It's yeah. It said yeah. It's all those.
I think there's a
I
Purple
said,
Party too,
oh, and then there's the Kanye. Oh wait. No, that was when Kanye U.S. was running for president last time. I forgot what it was called. I forgot what the party name was called. I, I was like, I was surprised. I remember when I went in there and I saw that, I was like, what? Kanye West? What?
I mean, hey, if Donald could do it, if
Yeah,
Donald can do it, I mean, hey,
I was surprised to see him on there because I thought he did make it. It just turned out there was quite a few major states where he didn't make it in time to be put on the ballot. But I was surprised to see him on mine. I was like, okay, Kanye West. They're like, what are you laughing about in there?
I mean, it was probably for publicity, if anything. I mean, he can probably afford it, but
Mm-hmm,
it's probably for publicity, then.
mm-hmm.
Because I don't know if you noticed, but Kanye has like devolved into saying irrational stuff just to stay relevant.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
just what it is.
I stopped paying attention to much of what he says and does. It's just that at that particular time, I just thought it was hilarious.
I
Yeah,
mean,
not
I think
hilarious
most
enough to
people
vote
thought he was
for him.
joking.
Yeah, yeah. I heard he hadn't made it on there on the ballots. So imagine my surprise. Not only do I see, but I can't remember what his party name was. I know it was it was enough to make me laugh about it. Oh my goodness. I could, yeah. I was like, it gotta be made up. Yeah. So,
So damn, I didn't get to say this earlier,
hmm,
right? But
right.
did you? Well, I did, but we didn't actually get to it. Did you want to hear what the ladies in my life think about Mama's Boy?
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
They think they're not fit to be a husband or a boyfriend. Like
Okay.
the scenario that comes to their mind when I ask them about it was, let's say uh some dude's ma got put out her place or whatever, right?
Uh-huh.
And yeah, we can say all that stuff like, oh, they should have owned the place or whatever, right? But that's not the case for most people. Most people
Mm-hmm.
don't own anything.
Uh-huh.
Um, but let's say some dude is living on his own, he's doing well for himself, and his ma gets put out, right?
Uh-huh.
And he's
Uh-huh.
like, okay, ma, you can just come live with me. And let's
Uh-huh.
say he gets a girlfriend, and the girlfriend and the mom get into arguments and everything, and the girlfriend starts saying stuff like, it's your mama or it's me. Make the decision. And he chooses his mom and kicks her out. And yeah, yeah, they said they don't like that. Because what they said, what does your mom have to do with the state of our relationship? Something like that.
Well, well, that situation, she's a girlfriend. That's his mom. Now, if you said the situation was a wife, then there's a problem.
Yeah, because I've seen situations where like they're like the boyfriend or the husband wanted to move his mom in and just have the wife stay at home and take care of her, and he'll work double or triple, right?
Uh-huh.
And the wife was saying no, put her in a home because she ain't coming over here.
Oh, wait a minute. That sounds like a movie I seen. Or
Really?
a skit. Yeah, there's a movie or a skit out there that used those exact phrases. And then there's a movie out there. Let me see. There's a movie with D.L. Hughley where his mama is in a home, but he didn't want to put her in a home, and he wants his mama to come stay with her, stay with them. But his wife had a problem with it because his mama and her don't get along too well. Mostly her, but um, and she eventually started talking about divorce. It's either me or your mama. And him, and her, and said, "Okay, you just answer that. It's her. Okay, you gotta leave."
I
Hmm.
mean,
Yeah. Eventually, they end up working it out. She realized she made a mistake and she was wrong, and and
yeah,
but
that's a good
but
situation.
and
Some
then
people
when
just don't come back.
then when the wife is okay with, the mom's like, "No, no, no, I'm fine here." Her She wasn't in a home. She was more like assistant living type home, and she was enjoying it because she was there with people her age. There was all kinds of stuff to do and stuff like that, and she wasn't, you know, by herself, so she was being more social. Now there's another. Let me see. There's a movie where this guy is a mama's boy. He's dating this woman. I think it's um I think it's that one based on Steve Harvey's book. Act like a lady, think like a man, something like that. And one of the guys, a mama's boy, she was okay with that because she believes on how he treats his mother is how he's going to treat the woman. But I don't know. Uh, it, he was being, to me, he was being more clingy than the mother was. You know, okay, he was coming over to constantly work on the house and take out the trash and do all kind of stuff. But then he started having an issue with his mama dating. Mama started dating. He tried to um um what's it called? What's that thing that fathers used to do when their daughters start dating? When they 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 check him out. Well, he tried to check out his mom's date, like as if, but it was a little off with it. Something about it. It seemed like he was responding like a husband or like a father, something like that. and his mom was correcting him about that. But he had to choose. I don't know why there was a choice, because she didn't have an issue with his mama, but he had to choose, or he found out about the book she was reading. He had an issue with that. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, yeah. Okay.
I
Well.
mean,
Okay.
I
So
mean,
wait a minute. I think what it is, she's talking. They thinking more of the unhealthy type of
well, yeah, because
mama's boy.
that's what comes to mind when most people think of that.
Hmm. Uh-huh.
Like what Black Knight said, that's not what most people think about.
Well, they said men. They didn't say what the women think about it. Some do, some don't.
Well,
Okay, like
I've only really ever heard ladies talk about it.
okay, well, okay, yeah, because okay, there's a guy. My mom was dating him. He's a mama's boy. Um, and his mom was his mom was nice, but she was she was she was like very specific on how, because at one point there was talk about getting married, but it didn't fly because his mom was very specific, and you know they were doing kind of like a test from very specific, like okay, if my mom came and cleaned the house, she would re-clean. Or she would. It's weird. Okay, I never thought this would be an argument, but apparently it is. Um, Folding towels. Who would think that that would be something of a deal breaker? Um, some people fold their towels into thirds, and some people fold their towels in quarters. We're talking about the big towels. Um, dr- um, and and, and that was it. She kept undoing and redoing, and then started correcting my mom. Like my mom didn't know how to fold towels. Didn't accept that my mom folded towels differently.
Oh, really? Huh?
Okay, so she realized that he couldn't see when my mom talked to him about it, what the issue was. He didn't care. You know, and his mom would come and cook. My mom would cook, and then his mom would cook, and she would
Okay.
come in front of my mom and bring food, like as if my mom had cooked them anything, or
See,
that she was trying to. She's trying.
nah. See, unless
Okay.
no, because here's the thing. I've
Yeah.
dated a vegetarian before, so I don't have
Uh-huh.
a problem. Like, if she wants a specific food that she wants to eat and that she wants my family to try, like, I don't know what it is about me, but I have this thing where I date a lot of vegetarians,
Hmm.
like a very vegetarian lady. And so my family, they're a meat eating family. Okay, they
Right.
have, they have to have some sort of meat on the plate.
Uh-huh.
The sides can be whatever. It can be greens, pinto beans, black eyed peas, corn, pork and beans, right?
But
But
there better
like,
be some
uh,
meat.
but I was kind of pleading with my parents, with my dad and my mom. I was like, listen, just try it, okay? Because like I was telling my ex just the other day, like if you had gotten with anybody else in the family, it wouldn't have worked. Just off the fact that they eat meat and they have to have meat,
Hmm.
right? Because
Yeah.
I'm not like that. I'm the main one trying to get my family to eat more veggies, right? So no, knowing that, right? I was like, okay, because we've had veggie meals before. And they're rare. I guess maybe like once or twice a year.
Uh-huh.
But I was like, okay, she gonna be here for like a week. Yes, this is y'all first time meeting her, but she and I we're gonna cook in the kitchen, and we want you to try this. I've tried it. It's pretty good. The dish that we were gonna make was gonna be what was it? Aki and rice and peas, right?
Wait a minute, what's Aki?
Aki is this like actually look it up real quick. It's better if you actually see it. It's like this
Okay.
Jamaican fruit.
Oh, okay, okay. All right,
Go
that'll
ahead and
work.
look. Go ahead and look it up. It looked just like eggs when it's cooked.
Okay. All right. I don't know if the dude in the chat is calling you a simp or is he asking, are we still on the simp topic?
I think he wants to go into the sim topic. Which, if he does, then I'd say come up because I'm not about to stop talking about what I'm talking about just because you want to talk about simp. You can't just say
Okay.
the word simp and change the flow of the conversation. You got to say something profound.
Okay. Well, anyway, they didn't work out, you know. But um, but he later found a woman married. So I know the lady. So I asked her about that. Did she have an issue with his mom? She said no. She didn't have an issue with his mom. I said, what about her cleaning up, re-cleaning up the house? She said, oh, I stopped cleaning. Said if she wants to come and clean my house, that's fine with me. That's less I have to do. That way she can have it the way she want it, or the way she think he needs to have it. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. I got distracted there for a minute.
No, no,
And
no.
said,
It's funny. It's funny. This is good stuff.
and if she wants to cook for him, okay, fine. Just let me know. So I don't have to.
See,
In
because
fact, she
that's
said,
disrespectful to the mama. And like I don't know, but I don't take too kindly to people disrespecting my parents in general. That's just
but
in general.
yeah,
Like
but
if you go over to like somebody's like some parents, even if you like when you were younger and sometimes like you'd hear about like people going over to other people's houses and they either
mm,
get spanked or they get smacked because they
uh-huh,
did something out of line.
uh-huh.
I mean, it's probably my parents. My parents probably the same way because you ain't gonna come in, especially my dad, because like he's like you ain't gonna come in my house and act any way you want.
Oh, okay.
That's how
Oh,
my
what's it
dad
called
is.
again? What's it called again?
Aki, Ackee.
Oh, okay. They showing me the in the can. Oh wait. Oh wait a minute. I see. Okay, that's a fruit, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
okay.
not sweet or anything. It doesn't really taste like anything. You got to season it yourself.
Where the heck did you get Aki from?
You can get some. Do you know? Do y'all have Fiesta?
No. Oh, the closest we. Wait a minute. This is Texas.
Yeah, I know. We have Fiesta over here, but do
Okay.
y'all have Fiesta? Because I
No,
know.
no.
Okay, you might have to if you wanted Aki, you would probably have to like have it
Go.
delivered to you.
Yeah. Probably have to go to New Orleans or Baton Rouge or
Oh,
right.
probably. I know people on the East Coast they don't even have that. They have stuff like Publix because
Yeah.
when I went over to visit my now ex girlfriend's family, like they went to Publix for everything. That's like their
Yeah.
Walmart pretty much.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
And actually, I'll say this: I like Publix more than HEB or the stores that we got around here because they got different stuff that you would be curious about. Like you ever had hybrid strawberries, white strawberries?
No. I don't think I would
Yeah,
want.
like I just opened the bag up and I tried one. It was pretty good. It was sour though. It was real sour, almost like a pineapple.
Pineapples are not sour.
They're a little sour. They're sweet too, but they're also sour.
Okay. So yeah, so his wife don't have an issue. It said yeah, his mom come over and clean the house. She said I just gotta stop, and she just makes sure it's there where she can find it. She'll wash and dry clothes, or she'll wash clothes, and she'll leave a note. Her husband said, please take these clothes out the dryer for me, or put these clothes in the dryer for me, you know, because she works too. And his mama done it. She'll fold it. Now she said if I happen to be folding clothes, I'll fold it because it don't matter to me. I don't care one way or the other. It's just a towel. And stuff like that. And I thank her and stuff like that. Or sometimes I get a message that she took the chicken I put out the thaw out, and she went ahead and cooked something. And I thank her. She said I don't have an issue. I said I wonder why my mom had an issue. She said, but his mother still mothers him, even though he's not living in her house and stuff like that. And and when she comes over for a visit, she kind of like take over and mother him. Washes there. Fix him a plate. Or if he happen to get sick and stuff like that, oh, she's coming over. She's taking care of him. She's mothering him. I was like, okay, no, I can't see my mom doing. She probably would, but they would be fighting over who get to take care of them or something like that.
See, I
But
don't see. I wouldn't see because here's the thing. Because I've been sick, actually more than sick. I didn't even tell y'all this story before. I wish Black Knight was up here to hear this. Like, back in 2021,
hmm
I actually broke my foot,
I had a
and
student broke her foot.
huh?
I just recently ran into a student a few days ago. Hadn't seen her. She had broke her foot.
Honestly, I'd say that's probably one of the worst pains is you break your foot because you have to stand. You literally have to stand, even if you're in those crutches,
hmm
right? You eventually have to put your foot down. So
Yeah,
it's almost as painful as like breaking your tailbone.
I haven't done that neither, but I have landed on my butt painfully. That's why I never learned to roller skate because I was always afraid of landing on my butt.
Yeah, because I know somebody who I'll get to that in a moment, right? I'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, back in 2021, I broke my foot, right?
Uh-huh.
And so the girlfriend I had at the time, right, she would help me up the stairs to my dorm because we don't have elevators or anything. Um,
hmm
it's just straight upstairs, so she'd have to help me because I'd be trying to walk on the bad foot. I was like, no, 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 I can power through it. And she was like, no, 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 you're gonna make it worse. And by the time we got up to the room, right, she helped me take the bad foot shoe off, right?
Uh-huh.
Man, it was almost like a miniature like tennis ball. That's how big it was. It was painful too. I had to stay in because my dad was like, "Oh, I used to walk through hail, snow, uphill just to go to college," and I was like, okay, dad, I'm gonna try." Had me looking stupid. I was literally dragging my other foot. I was hopping on one foot across campus. And after I got halfway to my dorm to my class and I just went back to my dorm. I was like, "No, I'm looking stupid right now. I'll just catch up and just tell the professor because that shit was crazy. Imagine somebody broke their foot, right? And they dragging it by the ankle trying to get into class.
She was on crutches. She
Yeah,
had to
I
come to
had to
school because it
eventually
was
go get
testing.
crutches, and yeah, I did go to class after that. After I got crutches, but I was like, I'm not about to walk in dragging my foot and then drag myself all the way back across campus to my car just to go back. No, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, yeah.
But
She was
about the
yeah.
tailbone thing, right?
Uh huh.
Like I used to play soccer,
Uh-huh.
and everything. Soccer is one of my favorite sports, and
Uh-huh.
there was this other team, right? And there was this girl, because it was co-ed soccer, because we was private school, so we could do co-ed stuff.
Uh-huh.
Um, this gal, I don't know what happened. You know when people flopped, you know when people flop in sports, they make it more dramatic and then they end up hurting themselves more.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what happened. Like this gal, I guess she was going for the ball or whatever, and she tried to snatch it from this other girl on my team, and she went flying, and her tail hit the goalpost, and she let out the biggest scream. And long story short, her coach had to come out and carry her to the bleachers because we found out later like she broke her tailbone, and so now like when she was hurt from then on, it hurts so much just to sit. It
Mm-hmm.
hurts.
Yeah. That usually means a lot of days on your stomach. Don't realize how
So
much
what do
you
you
sit
do in
until you
class
can't
if you
sit.
break your tailbone? What do you do? Do you just like do you turn the chair sideways so that no pressure's on your
Okay.
tailbone?
Okay. The closest one we had, they had the pillow, the donut pillow. There is a pillow for that for broken tailbone that your tailbone don't actually touch anything. You just most of your butt is on the cushion and the tailbone there's no pressure put on it because it don't actually get onto the surface of the chair. This student was put to a table uh, which had like a office chair and she had wait a minute was it a she yeah she had a pillow she had the special pillow because her parents were saying you're not staying in the house you're going to school. And after she had so many days at home, and then it was like they had enough, no going to school.
I
hmm
actually didn't know about the donut pillow.
hmm But
That's
the parents
interesting.
got tired of having to come and bring her pain medication. 'Cause,
The
uh,
the
yeah.
the dad was like, "Oh, you're gonna have to tough it out," you know?
Oh no! That was the softie.
Yeah.
Mom was the tough one. That was the softie, and and the dad would go bring it, but where he works at, he works out of town. So it's not easy for him to just
Oh
come
wow.
and bring her pain medication. Now we could tell when it was his day off because he would come, okay, she would get in the morning and then she would get again for lunch, which was about 4 hours. Let me see, about 4 hours. Like he was coming like just about every 4 hours. Then he would come and bring her, and then he just would take her home. For the next 4 hours. But mom, okay, mom come. She have it in the morning. Her mom come for lunch, and or she would, you know, yeah, she'll get called to the office or to the nurse's office. Yeah, and she'd be administrated. Yeah. And then they got tired, so she ended up doing digital learning at home, which is basically whatever her classwork is on the Chromebook. And
Oh, they give y'all students Chromebooks.
one of her siblings had to pick up her hard copy classwork. Uh-huh. hmm
I mean, yeah, I know like because y'all might not know this about me, but I'm actually neurodivergent. Um, I'm
You what?
neurodivergent. Look it up.
Okay, we're talking about the movie or the book Divergence.
No, 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 no. Because we were talking about we started transitioning to talk about people with broken bones, and then you also brought up people like when they get hurt, they need extra help, right? For
Hmm.
people to get their assignments or write their assignments as the person tells them what to write, right?
Hmm.
That sort of thing. And I know this there's a certain similar thing with people, neurodivergent people, especially neurodivergent black people.
Okay,
This is a good
you're gonna have
learning
to
moment.
explain.
This
You're
is a
gonna have to
good learning
explain to
moment.
me
Look up neurodivergent. Look it up.
neu- neurodivergent.
Yes, neurodivergent.
Okay, okay. Neuro. Uh,
Because I'm actually in one of those neurodivergent categories.
Neurodivergent meaning
I'm not
a divergent
neurotypical.
person refer to a person on the autism spectrum, or more
That's
generally,
not only what it is. Hold on, bring up the pictures. The
huh?
neurodivergent spectrum.
Oh, okay, okay. You said you should have said spectrum. I just went to definition. Okay, neurodivergent divergent spectrum. Okay.
You should see some about dyslexia, dyscalculia, ADHD, ADD, autism.
Okay, let's see. Some of the conditions that are most common among those who describe themselves as neurodivergent include autistic spectrum disorder that includes what was once known as Asperger's syndrome, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder,
Yeah, that's
Down
ADHD.
syndrome, dyscalculia, difficulties with math. Let's see what else.
Dyscalculia. Do you know what dyslexia is?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Okay, dyscalculia is just like for it's just the same thing happens but with numbers. Like they get all
Oh,
jumbled.
oh, I learned another one. That dysgraphia, difficulty with writing, difficult dysprax, dyspraxia, difficulty with coordination, intellectual disability, mental health condition like bipolar disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, and more, Prader-Willis syndrome, sensory processing disorder, social anxieties, special type of anxiety, Tourette syndrome, Williams syndrome. Oh yeah, yeah. Because sometimes I run into some of this. I got these boys who do Rubik's cubes while they doing their work. They got one of them got so good at one-handed Rubik's cubing. Um, and I'm like, when I first saw it, I was like, "What is going on here? Why are you playing with the Rubik's cube?" And he said it helps with the anxiety, helping to focus. Okay, so I was like, okay, no problem, because he's pretty much quiet with it. And slowly I've been dealing with different aspect of one or the other. Although I didn't know it was called neurodivergent. Um, hey Jody, Jody, you don't know who Mama Rain is? She's a YouTuber. She does a lot of these short videos, not shorts, it's just shorts, but short video on different things going on black community. She especially um, um, specialize in things going on with black children. Uh, well, sometimes she would come in the chat. The same Mama Rain that used to come in the chat. Oh, maybe you didn't notice. Okay. We showcased some of her shows. Hi, Dirty Varmint. Okay, everybody got spoiled by our late shows, stuff like that. Um, yeah. I have a kid that um, that he likes to drum. Well, when I first met him, when he was in middle school, um, he would drum, and it just sometimes drive me crazy. I got to the point where he's one of the reasons why I would start. I said, okay, look. I said, okay, since everybody want to talk, okay, look, I'm gonna give everybody 5 minutes to talk. You guys that like to drum, I got 5 minutes to drum. Keep it on the low level because we got classes next door. Get your talking and your gossiping out of the way. Get your drumming out of the way, and once the 5 minutes up, we're getting to work. Well, I didn't know that that was part of his way of dealing. He's supposed to have ADHD. He had trouble focusing and keeping still. When he needed to move, it would come out in drumming. You know. So by my giving him the 5 minutes, it helped him settle down. His anxiety sometimes would take in the form of drumming, and he had a little
What
trouble
anxiety does he
focusing.
got? Generalized anxiety, or
Yeah, class used to make him anxious because he had a bunch of teachers who um, didn't accept or gave him a hard time or didn't understand that he really had these IEPs requirements and stuff like that. But they also found out a couple of things by accident. One teacher that he likes found because she deals with animals, she has her room kind of partially lit, soft lighting and stuff like that. Well, that also turns out to help him. So that's why he enjoys her class. Not only does it help him focus, because the lighting in school was distracting for him, and it was making it difficult for him to focus on work. Um, he also found out that what most people consider stimulant was actually the opposite with him. Like he found out by accident when he was staying with his grandparents. His grandparents were old school. They drank coffee, kids drank coffee with them. So found out that as long as he don't over sugar and cream his coffee, it acts like um like what the medication is supposed to do. Um Help him to focus and stuff like that. Cause I was like, you
I
need
know
to
they had to
back
force
off
me
with
to
some of
eat
the.
in school. They had to
Uh-huh.
force me.
Yeah, and it turned out the medication that they were putting him on was the wrong type. He was one that would most would find as a stimulant would actually relax him and help him to focus. And the stuff that would supposed to help him to focus and relax would actually do the opposite. It would over hype him, over stimulate him. Uh, yeah, but it took years for them to find that out. And he started once he found out about once he at first he didn't realize with the coffee, but he started noticing that um, he thought at first it was just that he was with his grandparents. He loved his grandparents, even though his grandfather was old school, make him do yard work and garden and fix on the house and stuff like that. He just thought it was just um, that too. And I said, yeah, you probably was good and tired. He said, yeah, I was so tired I would just fall asleep. Yeah, so he never had any problem sleeping at his grandparents. And but I guess one day when it was raining and his grandfather didn't have any inside work for him to do. They fixed everything that needed to be fixed inside the house, and he's drinking coffee with them. And they said, well, they bought they they believe in whatever school work you had during school. you also did during the summer. So all his school books, they would give him that to do. He was able to focus, and the only connection he can make was, okay. Before, he thought it was because his grandfather would wear him out so much with all the stuff he was doing around the house and the place that he was just good and tired. Let's see, Dame, my condolences to your friend. I hope you and Max are doing good. Yeah, 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 yeah. It makes you wonder. When yeah. Yeah. It makes me fearful. Because people, you hadn't heard from in a while. In this case, a year, makes you wonder what's going on. Because not too long after this, I'm kind of also that we lost Mama Rain, and that she's not just taking care of her health and dealing with a health issue, and just leaving YouTube a while, because as I said, sometimes YouTube can be too much. It could be kind of toxic. You gotta decompress from it. You know, that wondering what's going on with a few other people, and hadn't heard from a while. They decompressing from YouTube. Um, they doing self care. Uh, so
I mean, I get that because I have ADHD, right? That's what I mean when I say I'm neurodivergent, right? I'm on that spectrum.
mhm.
Um, I
Okay.
used to be given this medicine, right?
Hmm.
Um, and it would have me lose my appetite. I'd be more irritable, or just straight up quiet the whole day. There were some days where I wouldn't even say a word.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that. Like that's what that's why I said earlier. Like they had to force me to eat
Oh yeah.
because
Yeah.
my parents were so concerned and how thin I was getting.
Exactly.
Because I was like, I just don't. I'm not hungry. I'm not gonna eat if
Mhm.
I'm not hungry, and it scared the heck out of my parents.
Which is, yeah, that's how it does. I had a couple of friends with well, I don't know if he outgrew it, or they no longer want it, because was she okay with the one friend. Well, actually, we're all friends together, but with this present one, well, she's still my friend, but with her this child, um, during school year, he would take the medicine. She always make sure he had a good breakfast before he take the medicine, cause he would not eat. Once the medicine take effect, and with him, if he didn't have enough food on his stomach, he would get sick, cause he would have no appetite for lunch, so he would not eat lunch. And then when he gets home, medicine is wearing off, and he's eating them out of the house and home because he's starving. Okay, well, during the summer, she take him out. He is hype, smart mouth, stuff like that, and we have a church trips, and she's trying to give me a break because at the time I'm the only chaperone, and I didn't like the way it did. I didn't see him how he was during the school year. At that time, I wasn't substitute teaching. I was sitting with an elderly lady. I was um, her night person. She didn't get. She didn't have enough credit hours for them to have a aide for her at night. She had one for the morning shift and one for the afternoon shift, but nobody at night. And her family did not feel comfortable with her being at her house by herself. So I was hired to do that. Okay. Before I got sidetracked, and then back to the boy, and he didn't have enough for breakfast, um, and he was not feeling well, and he didn't want to eat. By the time we left there and the medicine wore out, I would have him. I was like, look, just order something. You might be hungry later. You can always warm it up and eat it later. And she, so we was calling her, and that we was gonna have the driver bring him on home. And since we was gonna be there for another couple hours, and he'd just come back and get us. But the medicine started wearing off. He started feeling better. He was able to eat. And we called her back and said, okay. And I said, what's going on? And she explained to him about the medicine. She gave to him, because she still had a few left from the school year, because normally she doesn't give it to him for the summer. I said, no, no, no. I'd rather deal with him driving me crazy, being smart aleck, running myself exhausted physically because he's running all over the place. I said, I do not like that. I don't like that quietness because it's not natural for him. I don't like him not being able to eat. I'd rather him eat me out of the house. No, I don't like seeing children not eating, especially when they're hungry. I can't stand that. I said, no, no, no. I said, I'm probably going to regret this because it is. It is nice when he's a little quieter, a little more focused, but the that's
I mean, in a lot of those situations too, Dame, like with
mm-hmm,
me, it set off like a bad motion, like because I wouldn't eat when I got older. They couldn't force me to eat, right?
uh-huh,
And so I would just skip lunch, and then I'd only eat like 2 meals a day,
mm-hmm,
like breakfast and dinner. And they wanted me to, like, my parents were like, "Oh, we paid for your lunch, so you need to eat lunch." And I was like, "I'll just bring it home and eat it later."
uh-huh,
So what would happen is either I'd bring the lunch home, or I wouldn't eat breakfast or lunch, and I'd just eat dinner.
uh-huh.
And so yeah, my parents hated that. Like they one time put me on this really really strong version of the medication, and I just I don't even know how to explain it. I just know how my parents told me I was acting. I just laid down and just stared at the ceiling. Like, that episode of Family Guy where they gave Stewie that concentration medication and he was just staring at the sky? That's how I was.
Ah, well, he would lay down, but that was mainly because his stomach was hurting. He wasn't feeling well because he didn't get enough to eat. Now, if he got enough to eat, it seemed like he was just tired. Like he was in slow mo mode. Like, what is
That's
wrong with you? Why
exactly
are
how
you
it felt.
dragging?
It felt like I was observing everything.
Yeah, and I was used to him being a little hype, had to constantly tell him, sit down, get to work, or be quiet, or him joking. He got jokes. It was called, uh, guess what, some weird, corny joke or another. Or he got a rap he wants to tell me. I like, I was like, oh my goodness, you're driving me crazy. But after that day, I was like, no, 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 no. We stick from some. I said, I think you need to go for a lower dosage. I think it's time to when you go back and talk to the doctor, go lower. And I said, besides, you need to, as he gets older, you need to go lower anyhow because eventually
You
we
gotta
gotta
wean them
get
off
him
of
off
it.
of.
Yeah,
We gotta wean him off
that's
of
what
it.
I
So,
did. And the thing is, I got the psychiatrist lady. She embarrassed the heck out of me because I started trying to do that early, like in college,
uh-huh.
and
What?
I was a freshman, right? And I went to my very last psychiatrist appointment, and I was like, "Oh, I don't really need it anymore. I can do this on my own." And she was like, "Really? I can point out 10 things that you're doing right now that tell me otherwise."
Uh,
And she pointed all those things out, and I was like, she was like, "Your eyes darting around, you keep kicking your feet back and forth, you keep tapping your fingers." And it was stuff that I wasn't even noticing that I was doing.
mhm.
So that was her attempt at trying to get me back on the medication. I never took that again, unless I had a test coming up, and I had to really study.
Uh, mhm. Yeah. And my other friend, her son is older now. It was the same thing with him. If he didn't eat enough for breakfast, well, he ate enough for breakfast, he would get sick, or he would get weak because he had no appetite. He didn't eat breakfast, or he didn't have enough for breakfast. He didn't eat lunch, and it would take long. It'd be dinner time before it wore out enough for him to eat, and then it'd be late, like he's not hungry. And then about 9, 10 o'clock at night, he's in the refrigerator fixing him a sandwich because he's hungry.
Yep, I
Yeah,
know that all too well.
and then there was a then she kind of did something unnormal. She did not realize these iced coffee drinks were actually coffee. I'm like, how you not know that it says coffee right there on the label? So I didn't think it was real coffee, and it was counter his medication. I was like, are you crazy? No wonder the medication ain't working because you giving them coffee in the morning with his breakfast. No, 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 it's not coffee. It says there coffee in the ingredients. It's coffee. She said, I didn't think that was real. I said, how you? I said, don't you read nothing? I said, yeah, it's real. But she figured it wasn't real. A lot of people, if it ain't hot in a coffee cup, it ain't real. Or
I mean, some people don't know how coffee is made. They don't know that it has to be ground up, well, roasted, then ground up, then put into the Keurig cups, or even in those little plastic containers.
it's like saying instant coffee ain't coffee. I said,
No, it's still coffee. That's like calling
yeah,
hot cocoa not hot cocoa. Cocoa beans got to be treated and ground up too.
yeah, yeah. I was like, because she always grew up. It was well, they weren't really big coffee drinkers. You know,
I can't
um,
stand coffee. I don't know why. I can't stand it. Even if you put sweetener in, I can't stand it.
what about the Starbucks ice cream coffee?
I
Most
no coffee
coffee
at all.
drinkers
No
don't put
cappuccino, no frappuccino, no
no
coffee.
no
None.
coffee ice cream,
No.
no
The
coffee
best thing
cake.
no, the best thing I can do is hot cocoa. That's the best I can do.
How about hot tea?
I'm trying to get into tea right now.
Okay.
Like I have tea bags in my dorm room. I think I have chamomile
Uh-huh.
and
Oh, you into
I drink
herbal
the
tea?
chamomile thinking I can fight the chamomile. I was like I was like, nah, nah, I can fight it. I can fight it. I just want to try it.
Okay.
I was knocked out in like 45.
Okay. I did not. I know. Well, maybe don't do that for me. It relaxes me, but it don't knock me out like that. You gotta be careful. You kind of sensitive to some of them herbal teas now. Although dandelion tea, roasted dandelion tea, actually tastes like popcorn to me.
I've never had dandelion tea, but I've had green tea. I've
Hmm.
had chamomile tea. I've had
Oh,
rose tea.
Okay.
And
Uh, I don't know how sensitive you are to caffeine, but go easy on the green tea if you're
I don't like
sensitive to
green tea
caffeine.
anyway. It tastes weird.
Tastes weird.
Yeah, it tastes weird. Like
What
it
you
tastes.
expected it to?
I don't know.
What?
I expected it to taste green.
What does green taste like?
Like an avocado.
Okay, you know it's never gonna taste like an avocado.
By the way, I did try avocado this past couple weeks. Yeah, it tastes green. Avocados taste green,
No, it
and
tastes
so
bland.
no, they don't taste bland. They have a taste. It tastes green.
It tastes bland. It needs some salt and
No,
pepper.
see, I didn't season it at all. I just ate it. I
Uh,
was telling my parents. I was telling my parents. I was like, yeah, like the color green, like this specific shade of green, dark green. That's how it tastes. How it looks like it tastes is what it tastes like. Just deep green, or like what you would learn about in physical science, like chlorophyll being in the leaf. How chlorophyll spells, that's
it
how
does not
avocado
taste
tastes.
like grass. The way chlorophyll tastes to me is like the way grass tastes. Why do I know that?
That's what avocado tastes like.
No, they
It
don't.
tastes like how grass look.
No,
It
no,
tastes
it
like
does
fresh
not.
clippings from the lawn.
No,
How
no,
that
no.
smells.
I've actually eaten grass. I was a kid. I used to eat the grass. I like to get it as close to the ground as
I've never ate
possible
grass, but I have
and
ate
pull
a
it
leaf.
out.
I have eaten a leaf.
No, a leaf don't taste the same. Wait a minute, how you know it tastes like grass if you haven't tasted grass?
Cause I don't know if you know this, but you have receptors in your nose, right? And
Yeah,
so
I do know that.
you can also taste from those receptors in your nose.
Okay.
So like, because I used to mow the lawn a lot. Of course I did. I was, they weren't gonna make my sister do it. So
Uh-huh.
I did used to mow the lawn about a lot. And however that smelled, I also would taste a
Okay.
little bit in the smell.
No, because the smell of grass is being overpowered by the gasoline from the lawnmower. So unless you
True.
was using a manual lawnmower, you didn't taste gas. I mean, you didn't taste grass. You tasted gas.
I was I Well, what about when I switched the thing off?
Huh?
What about when I switched it off?
Your nose was being overpowered with gasoline. Now, if you like went inside for a few hours, and blew your nose, took some deep breaths, and then maybe came out. I think the closest thing you're gonna come to the smell of grass that way, without actually tasting it, is, and then it might be thrown off by the smell of the rain hitting the dust. Sometimes when it rains and it's not being overpowered by the smell of the rain hitting the dust, you can smell the grass.
And what does the grass smell like to you?
It
Come
smells
on, say it. Say it.
like grass.
Oh, I thought you were
Well,
gonna
no,
say
no, no.
green.
Actually, it depends. Sometimes no, no, it never smells like leaves. And then it depends
I
on the
didn't say
leaf.
leaves. I said green, like the color green.
No, sometimes it smells like hay. Weirdly
Okay,
enough,
I can
yes,
see
they
that.
can.
I can see that.
Yeah. So hay smells and tastes exactly the same. But grass, while it's green, it has a different thing. And sometimes the clover tastes a little different from the grass. So if you
Well,
gotta like
clovers
really
are
look at,
legumes. They're not even grass for real. Those are legumes.
so clovers are legumes. Why
Hmm.
do cows like it so much then?
Because it adds protein and fiber, helps
I
them
seen a
digest.
cow risk getting a shock on an electric fence. I
Yeah,
was delivering,
because it's more filling than
and
grass.
not to mention she was pregnant, so she probably was craving it. I was delivering. the newspaper to the people. Okay, I already live in a small town. I guess you could say I live in the country since I mentioned cows, and I seen pigs and chickens and ducks and geese. Geese are better guard dogs and more likely to attack your intruder than a dog is. Because my grandfather had both a guard dog for the property
Nah,
and
nah,
geese.
nah. Get a rooster. It'll wake everybody up.
Now, now, trust me, you trust me. A geese attacking somebody, they gonna wake up. They honk, make all kind of racket, flap it, and not to mention the scream of the person getting bit by the
Yeah, but would you want a
goose.
geese or a swan? A goose or a swan? I would want a swan because a swan can actually knock a grown man out.
Mm-hmm.
Because swans, like, they're, I don't know if you know this about them, but like their wings are so heavy, and like if it hits you upside your head, you're going down.
Hate to tell you this, but a goose and a swan is about the same size.
Wait a minute. Let me look up a swan real quick.
The only difference is in their necks. Goose tend to have thicker necks and a little less curvy. Okay. Now, I
I
don't know
see
what
it.
type of
I
geese
see
my
it.
grandfather. You see
I
it?
see it. The swans are longer a little bit.
Yeah, in the neck. Yeah. But maybe a slightly bigger wingspan. But the geese wings are just almost as big and just as strong because they also have a heavier body than the swan. But anyway, and they got more vicious beak. Trust me.
Yes, a
Like geese.
serrated beak. It's a serrated beak.
Yeah.
Like they got teeth.
Yeah. So yeah, and yeah, I was delivering a newspaper, and and the man was talking to me because he was making his payment, and I asked him when he came back. I said, "Is your electric fence over there charged up? Because sometimes they will turn it off for whatever reason, makes repairs or since they were cutting grass and they didn't want to get too close to the fence." He said, "Yeah, it's on." I said, "Are you worried about that cow? She's sticking her head between the two lines of the electric fence, trying to get to the clover on the outside of the fence." And he started cursing, "God damn it, you heifer!" Yes, he cursed the cow by calling her a heifer. Heifer, if you lose another calf, I'm gonna send you to the slaughterhouse, and we're gonna be eating you for. Uh, anyway, and he said, so he hurried up and turned off the fence. He tried to drag the cow away. He said, "Why is she doing that?" He said, "Because she's trying to get to the clover outside the fence." He said, "Oh my goodness, well, I'm gonna have to burn it." I said, "Why don't you just cut the clover on the outside of the fence and throw it over there so she won't risk getting electrocuted?" Turns out she got electrocuted, but she was pregnant at the time, so she lost the cat. And the farmers, that's money lost. The stud fees, because I didn't see no bull. I only saw cows. Um, the calf lost, and then there was a bull that would have been one less stud fee he had to pay in a couple of years time. Um, because the cows weren't related. So it's not like there was sisters and aunts and daughters, stuff like that. So he said, "Oh yeah." He said, "You think that work?" I said, "Hey, it couldn't hurt." He said, "But I can't because it's close to the ditch." He said, "I can't cut the cut the cut the grass on there. Not to mention, I can't risk." And I said, "Well, why don't you just?" So you got pruning shears? I said, "Just clip them like you gardening." And say, "I don't know why I didn't think about that." I said, "Yeah, she's probably craving it. There's something in the clover that she needs." He said, "You know what? I think I'm gonna do is take one of my fields and just plant clover." I said, "Uh huh." Hmm.
Speaking of cows,
Hmm.
you want to know one of the most disturbing things that I've learned about the cattle industry?
Okay.
Do you know what line breeding is?
I hope that's not that thing where they breed the another relative with
Yeah,
the same. Okay, yeah,
that's exactly like they'll get the grandfather bull and breed it with the granddaughter to get more
yeah,
desirable traits and
yeah.
everything.
But it
I
could
think they
also
do the same
backfire.
thing in dog breeding too.
Hmm.
And I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
I'm sitting over here like y'all are sick. You're actually sick.
Well, they got to be careful with that. Okay, yeah, they are sick, but also be careful because it can backfire. You can get um,
A
double of the
mutation.
worst traits. Hmm.
I mean, yeah, but like I was more concerned about like, okay, I get that you want certain traits, right? But you don't have any other cows with the same traits. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I get like the chance and everything, but I don't know. That just seems morally off to me to do that.
Yeah, but they figured they animals. Who cares? As long as they get what they wanted to get.
I don't know. That
Oh,
don't
not
feel
to
right to me.
mention, if I guess if certain lines have died out
Well, yeah, the
and
cows of today aren't the cows that were around during Moses' time. Okay, They- we ruined cows. Let's just say that. If
no, there's during Moses' time there is a few herds of those cows, those breeds
yeah,
because
but they're not as big, is what I'm saying.
oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Cause like now, like the even in particular feeds, like we read about if they eat a particular feed, like it'll produce gas in their
Hmm.
rumen, which is like their first stomach, right?
Hmm.
And there's already a lot of gas in there. And
Yeah,
so what do you think will happen? The if
they
you
will
don't if
blow.
you don't if you don't if you don't pop a hole in the rumen and let out the gas, the cow gonna
They're
explode.
blow. Yeah, I saw that. And then they had one guy. He was lighting the gas that was coming out of it, the cow. I was like, "What is wrong with you people? It's bad enough you gotta stick a hole in the cow.
Yeah, because they're
Now
they're
you lighting
doing
it."
something at the time and they can't really get to it at the moment, so they gotta act fast. So they just get like
Mhm.
some and they just stick a hole in them.
Well, I do know, but I thought it was different breeds. Like my mom's was dating this man. His cow. The bull was pretty tall too, but I never really knew because he never got close enough. But his cow, he raised his cow by hand. The mother had died. Raised it since it was a baby. Fed it. This cow at the shoulders was 6 feet. Just from the hoof to the shoulder, this cow was 6 foot. How do I know that? Because the man is 6'1".
Oh wow. Yeah, that
And
was
when he's
probably bred to
standing
be
next,
that way. That was probably bred to be
and I
that way.
was like, is that normal? I know I was a little fearful. She's a gentle cow, but
I mean, cows are already pretty big.
yeah, but this is, and when I seen other cows, you know, I don't trust them when there's multiple of them. I've been, um, the others were not 6 foot at the shoulder. They 6 foot, but they not at the shoulders. We're talking about, at the head maybe, but not at the shoulders. and she's a normal sized cow. I mean, she's there's not this there was some kind of monster cow breed they did with some kind of genetic manipulation. This thing, she wasn't
Beastmaster.
like that. She's except for her height, she was a regular sized cow. I mean, she was a regular cow. There was no extra this or extra that on her. And the male he was breeding her to was a is a Brahma bull, uh, Longhorn. Oh wait a minute, is it Brahma or is it, well? Let me see. Wait a minute, is the Longhorn? Maybe it's a mixed Longhorn Brahma. Brahma's the one with the this unusual uh 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 I want to say shark fin on the back,
Um,
the hump, yeah. And then the Longhorns are obviously Longhorns. But that's what he was gonna breed it to. That's why the male was following her around, because she's in heat, but she's not ready to have him yet. So I was like, please, please. And I was like, could you please go back to your boyfriend? He's getting too close. But he's a gentle bull, in the sense that he kept his distance. He didn't crowd her, you know. He wasn't trying to get his way at that moment or any moment, because she walked quite a distance to us. And I thought I was imagining how big she was. I said, Mom, oh, that cow coming over here. Oh, that's his baby. His baby. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, like I think. Well, here's the thing, and I've said this about temperament. They're
Hmm.
bred to be gentle
Hmm.
because I learned this in animal science, my animal science class.
Hmm.
Temperament is genetic. It's
Ah.
more it's more so genetic. Now, yes, you have each cow with their specific nature, right? But as far as temperament, there's an element to it that's genetic,
Uh-huh.
and they breed out the more aggressive type.
Ah. Okay.
That's what
Well,
it
that
is.
makes sense. I don't know why they think they can do that to human beings, but
And that
that never works for.
you see that debate with the pit bulls, right?
Uh huh.
They were literally bred to be aggressive, right? That's what they were bred for. Aggression
No.
bred them, right?
y-
So
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There's a certain, and they also got a protective nature too. But some of that aggression is uh neutral, not nature, because I've seen dogs that were bred to be aggressive, but they weren't aggressive because their environment that they were in, that was not what was encouraged, even though it was bred in them. Because, and sometimes you can't breed it into them no matter what. Like, my mom was followed by a pit bull who turned out to be pregnant. The mother was not a fighter, but the father was. She is the man who's so grateful they found her, and then took care of her when found out was that the dog was pregnant. Gave my mom one of the puppies, um, because one of the puppies, and out of that litter of like six, only two of them was aggressive. But I think it's more of the environment. The others didn't. It either was not in their nature. It couldn't. It didn't get bred into them, or it was their environment. My mom had another pit bull. It was bred in them to be aggressive. Yeah, he was aggressive, but he wasn't aggressive. He was he was determined, more like because he was a runt. He was a runt, but he was determined. He was going to get his fair share of his food. He was going to get some of the food too. He had siblings that were bigger than him, and the owner was afraid that he was going to get hurt because he was so determined to get his food. He was being trampled and all that stuff. So he was aggressively determined to get his food. But he ended up being owned by my mom. Um, and my mom and so the environment my mom had him in was gentle. He took him to walks. He didn't have to fight for his food or fight his siblings to make sure they don't eat up his food too and stuff like that. So he never was aggressive. Oh, he's a little too physically aggressive. Like, oh, he didn't stay a runt. Um, but like, he's happy to see you. He will knock you down in his enthusiasm to come for you to pet him and for him to rub all over you and stuff like that. But it wasn't the aggression that was meant for fight. Mm-hmm.
Because like I know that like after I learned what I learned about like animal breeding and how there's an element of temperamentalness and everything, and you can breed that out in most cases, right?
Mm-hmm.
After learning that, I was like, okay, because the questions that the class asked is like, okay, so why did we choose cows to breed? And they said because they're friendly, even though they're more so shy than friendly. I think you would say, Dame. They're definitely more shy to me. Like if you walk up to a cow, it's gonna back away,
Mm, depends on the
especially if you're
cow.
in a group. Especially if you're in a group.
If I'm with a group of people, yeah, yeah. Unless there's some, yeah. You're right. If it's just a cow by itself, yeah, most part they will back away, and you in a group.
And
Mm-hmm.
and so then that had the professor go into a spiel about why we choose the breeds we choose or the animals we choose. They're like, oh, chickens are more friendly than hawks or whatever, and that's why we breed chickens. I don't think he was talking about the roosters though. Roosters aren't friendly. Um,
Okay, yeah. Well, there's a breed that 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 are definitely fighting roosters, and then there's roosters that just don't fight. Um, okay, okay.
the
Um,
leghorns that people be making videos about, those are white leghorns, a brownish red leghorn.
yeah, like off the cartoon.
Yeah,
Um,
those aren't friendly. No.
huh?
I said leghorns aren't friendly.
Well, the only one I met, he's greedy. We had a leghorn that was so fat he waddled. He did not fight. He was he was he was he was after the females and he was after the food, but he didn't want no fight. Because we had what was that breed? The red rooster. I forgot the name of it. The bantam rooster. Oh, he was a
Okay.
fighter. Um, he didn't do much sexing, as much compared to the leghorn, which why the females trust. I think that's why the females trusted him. He was a fighter. He was a protector. And he wasn't trying to get them every minute of every second of every day. so so um yeah, and I don't know what the gray one was called, what the gray rooster was. I just call him Greg because he was great and as close to his gray in the name. Let's see. And now this is weird. We had with a little black rooster, but there was something he he looked it like a hen, but he was a rooster. And he was so confusing that he would confuse a rooster for a moment. Because I said we had a rooster that was very well. Actually, we had two roosters that was very into sexing, and he attacked the little black rooster. And then he was like, "Something ain't right here." It was like, "Oh man, you're a dude. How could you fool me like that?" And attack him. That was the only time I ever seen um, Leghorn attacked another rooster because he thought it was a female and didn't realize it wasn't a female. Then got mad that he was a male. It's like I could have been with one of these chicks. Now I'm stuck with you. You trying to fool me into thinking you a female. He was getting attacked so often like that he escaped with a few hens. We never saw him again. I saw them one day around dusk, making it through the back of our field, which was kind of overgrown, and didn't find out until we was clearing the field that there was a hole in that fence, and that's where they escaped. Asked the people in the neighborhood, have they seen either a black hen or black rooster with some white chickens? And nobody said they saw anything, which I don't think they were going to tell the truth. If they anything like my grandfather, those chickens were eaten.
What, y'all have foxes or something?
No, we got people.
Oh.
See, the hole in the fence led to an alley, and just across
Oh,
the
well,
alley
that's
there was another person's
that.
house. There's another person's house. And my grandfather, if your name ain't on the animal in some kind of way, like the chickens would literally have to have a collar with our name on, like dog tags on it, and then it would still take the collar and the dog tags off, and will claim they never seen it, and our chickens would have got eaten. So yeah,
Well, all right, Dame. I'm getting kind of tired.
yeah,
You
yeah.
have a good night, all right?
All right, we'll have another Animal Farm edition, late night edition in the future. Thanks everybody for coming. Thanks Kelly Ray. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to chat, but I saw y'all come in. Good to see you, Jody Nor, Dirty Varmint, um, Kaylin, UK Arsenal. Y'all didn't come up. Rozzy, you didn't come up, but good to see you too. Oh yeah, I know y'all could have came up and chat. I put the link several times. All right. Peace, power, unity, everyone. Y'all have a good night. Those of you who don't know who Mama Rain is, do a search in YouTube for Mama Rain. You'll see her content. Um, hadn't done anything in a year, but her content is still quite good, and a lot of it could pertain to today too. Peace. Oh, once again, peace, power, unity, and good night.